Nyankopon a hwe no obeye de ama wo onimu hwemodi. Our God doesn't know how to disappoint. Our God doesn't know how to disappoint. He has time for everyone. Jen and Benny Senano pay motivating us this morning to start to kickstart Dwaboase our Power 97.9. I feel live on TV XYZ. And no pay a friend what join here. Minimia NK. And I say, hey, Charlie, we can lead. I said you anyone with power.
So I wouldn't. We can do a tackle. And I'm a brave woman. Piesie Okrah brain na ye kitwe bastonano. So I some.
Oh my friend,
also I come.
We are fine boy. Oh yeah. I wish I want to say an age by the minimum of Brempona Yatana, say free sabre copim say Babon do. Money and Ghana who ye yonti, Ghana who a year a man yonsem, quite a first way your minor. Now over the weekend in Sembe Bresi, or Brempo Galam say one seminal, a 20 try, a woman's buying a BB there, but a 20 try, a year or my Mohana videos be a me who ye home to crack it.
Yeah,
but you see, you won't penny for room.
Yes,
you say. Penyu tenafi na sem kwalare nanka ye kan nanka refo a be kan wa kan ye se nanka no enye nam obi delicacy no no penyifo na di bube
ye bebu
aha enti no sem penyifo wo fi a enu kwa se ye hwe ma amanfo ese yo man no because video me hu ya amanfo tu galamse wo fie bi anim.
Yes, Piesie dano me
where we heading to?
Me da bi di kai ho ma se police station achi kura ya ye galamse ho na fie achi na ye onwanwa enu be kai a yi minority omaka ma shebedwum ewo omka sem se na gold board ya bakra no ebe ma galamse na ye rampant ebu so obi aye galamse ni bebre
over the weekend gold board ura
yes
some fie kasa wo yes files wa chire mo kwa me nkakra betena ha sei ebe chire sansem no mo it I think say minority for no if they keep saying that yes say wo ma your madwe say omo toto abo e de aba park no
Piesie ekwan ye o ma hye so befa so no
okay eti wuni sene esitie ne dwumadie no agudie mo nsam wo but enche ye be kona akwa akofa de obon krata no de abro ensem a course weekend di ene ensem a edit ye wo de obon krata no no ye de ni nyina e be ba be somo enche bia menua ba mapoma checheku e ba betena se woni eye akora kofi da ko womo de nsem no ebeba na ewia na yakwa kofa agudie mu nsem aba na yakodi dwa kakra ewia yetena se ankomo ahodo no beba eho ena nsem a yekoso no eye den na akola ekosku no de tu ahye no hono akotutuo na bia ka eye asukufo ni bi ni papa wo hen yate no tuo no onya free hin akola no owo hefa yebeba ho nkobo eno achi galamse ho nsensem no so e wo ha yebeka ho asem ena afei oman mu ha usori anope wakwa kotokoko okwa kodi obi kwa koto molukoko obi kwa kodi oat obi kwa konum eye milo ni nyina mu no eye enuaba ne ma ye duadua ena yetumi enya saade ne efiri mu na oman ya ye krado se ye pe aduane eguo se ne ebe ya se komba ye benya aduane edi na afa ye nkọ kra aduane mfiri amanfo amaso ehon semete senti feed Ghana dwumadi no over the weekend okay this weekend beba so na ehon sensem ye bo ho nkomo kakra ha ye be side de munchire no enso atumi aba na as a Ghanaian wonso watumi ate sa ensem no as kama pa ewa ha medi di Piesie Okrah obeti ba frame your honorable without constituency me constituent me ba munyina akwa aba eriba Dwaboase dwumadi so ma me tufu kakra ena wo kwa adwuma ba wonim afi we hwa ase no wo pay goal bi atu wanim se wo pese wuduru ha ebia enduru se ye bedi bronya no na adwuma mu wo income and now say profit a wunya no na watuma increasing by this margin. Okay, unim say yes, Rome was not built in a day, but I dare say the 2 year trim say Rome was built every day. Debia na yesi bibi ene ma yakoka say Rome enya da krope ena yedi siye e city a efe pa ba yesi enya da krope na yedi siye ba na debia na yesi bibi debia na yehihye bibi eti debia na wo yire wo ho na wo goal na wasete ama wo ho no wo yire wo ho na wo kɔ w'anim no ade a ebetumi aboa wo eti no every task you complete brings you closer to your goal. Every task you complete brings you closer to your goal. Eti blocks na wale no se opese uduru ha no de bia auto no nkakra dan no wo be sie wi anopai we enemy motivational me de esomo enanopai ye live on Facebook, live on TV XYZ ebusuafo obetumi ye de wadwenkyira ban sema ye ba beka enanopai no na wo de ho adwenkyira nso atumi aba live on Facebook hye Power 979 FM Power 979 FM hwehwe ewo Facebook so sa hwehwe a obehu se eye link no etwagu ewo ho a obehu mi se metea na meni nuanom ye di Dwaboase dwumedie no e de ebro wo de wadwen kire beba ho die na ekoso on potema yehu se say follow up a ye beba na ya ba be follow up na fa bibia nso atumi akonkan na puntu a wo hwehwe no aban panyufo na aban power mo no aban akatro mo se enye akwadworo enye na eti no wo monda yenso yabeboa na ya mo pressure pa na wo man ye dwuma e wo Ghana ha se nti uhu bibia te se ne Ghana aban ka no if you see something say something aya ma yensanka aya o messages nso re ba betoto amanfo mutu eye ball agugatem uhu bia ma yenhu yabeba ho yabefre na admofo no mo nso aba na esemra ni di no emra ene ne bedi Okrah Kofi Daakon wofe wofe akwaba
yenua
ala no pe onkwa
pomsi ba obeba sisi pomsi beba sisi
ti sene na Monday ni de Monday da ya na ye kwa no no eti fa ya sase na poms emra mewure mu ene de obonkrata no de nseme na wo no mo eka
okay Mamifa Daily Post emfiase ne Jordan pay na Daily Post asem kesi ode aba no o say scenario blasts in team for trying to injure the image of Ghana. Oh, Osofo mboko. Osofo ayanka no kre. Mebede alakpa. Amale follow. Acho ewi anokwale. Oh,
Osofo de nkana sem bibili sa.
Oh, me say no, me say nyame mfrɛ me. Me nibia nyankrobo, me bia nyankrobo ni mi telephone number. So who now say nyame afra wakoka asem baba kirem uka u den na hu efe hu se hu ma eno krampon we invite radio stations programs baba kirem asem na eno so no de hu akangura uti wa say da bi ene wa intimidate me sorry akọ enti no timi ko sorry dem ko preach here quotation bag na okoti here
na oro oyesofo asorobe mu
omo say wedi mi wo say taki abo sorry no Victory Bible Church wo say
minim that him sorry no
minim
enye ho
minim wo say
san amanfo ka okay
enti wo say san no
na say no sofo panye friend no because na ekoso example na no me hu say Yewura Kofi Asare Edu watch example bi e social media what say me no ena ye ko school eni hu kwan say ye de mobile phone e ba school
sa
ena wakwa ka kire teacher say Piesie e de mobile phone aba school mu
baba chema
tie ena wo mo say sa mobile phone de utu be mfa school mu because we do school kwan na no a ye sechew ehwe
ya
Okrah wo say da bi Piesie e de mobile phone aba school headmaster say security check Piesie ya hu mobile
phone bia
wo say chinchina Piesie de mobile phone aba ena yes okay se wo say Piesie de mobile phone aba my evidence say Piesie Okrah mobile phone wo say da bi manyanka eti wo mom kokko hwehwem
kanima wo hu eti so for no kre wo hu
ba me dan de sami jimfa fa no ho anche no kra
o ejezo
ase akokọ di hwe bekuma ko pai
eti enam suma
say you are a liar, your cup is full.
Yes, I got a great enye izo
na me nwa say I dey try MPP minority for no wo mo dey also for moment na yes dirty work way anka mo fa Jerry Shai bi ana e ko wasefo bi wo mo dey say dey concert nkwa na yo mo dey ntinka wo mo sa no
na wo so for nim say setting up no mo setting up sisi or credibility ana ono so for assemble no betumi aka Ghana fu be ye be genedi
no but the issue na ye issue ne say egu o my Ghana animu ase enti waka ama sisi akwa te say o my Ghana aba be transit point for cocaine ni enubone eti say aban aba be yi ano a oto say
asan the videos aba
sanka statement no every Ghana Armed Forces ana say airport for one ka obeje na omo nyina no omo report ko hin
bisa asem bisa no and onim say interestingly no the opposition MPP for and then anga wo say won ato nsafre adwasa fosi nkomra na wo betutu na no won nansensensem a okekeke an mu no onim say mu say ne won agya rather than on them be press conference address this same issue a enye no kware no you see them oh baby omonam
oh say opposition ni duru sa na say opay dwuma ma ho one pay dwuma ma ho o be rusty
nti adwuma na
nti omo ye bibia keke just to be part of history
yo sansem grona mu no na Daily Post said about say Reverend Tim Forjo must be arrested to explain what he meant Sami Jamfi Odiaba ewa hanom asemfo frɛ na no pay Daily Post Ediaba no on the payment have commenced for NHIS arrest National Health Insurance Authority for chum say na no and a private health providers association for edin krata bi by chum say won sika bi akem enti NHIS wo okuta card no beba won asoe so ba beje ayarhwa nya de say wo behwe wo enso no na no pay amane boy en saka chum say National Health Insurance Scheme no anas authority mpanyefo eden krata ba chim sa ketua no won sika na akem no won efiase eretua ma won ti won so chim se sajina na wodi kan esi na private fo no won so se won eja eyi ni samfufuru bi ena na no pay Daily Post ede aba
NHI for Sir Dr. Victor Bampo ena
oh no yeah ena no
former deputy health minister
say no ampo na na woda Saturday.
Yeah, so belated happy birthday going out to you, Dr. Victor Bampo.
Yeah.
I can't down a mutiano. Dr. Victor Bampo minim say what na broche life for when so. A broche for mo your money ma pepe. Dr. Victor Bampo. Yeah ma utrin kwa. Ewa wa woda wudi ya no na ye catch say health insurance, natural health insurance na ye de call hospital a. Wo kwa etua ka for consultation ni OPD pe. Na ye ma unra ye se koto drug store no. It should be a thing of the past.
Yeah.
Resetting Ghana no e honso ka ho bie so obi kra health insurance o hia ni wa ni banya malaria hotena ko hospital a ya hwe na ewie ya se eduro ni ho eti ko pharmacy ne ko to eduro na o ko fa sika no wo he
asem
ama po ma checheku akwaba hello
hi
o ho ayefe
medase
weekend ko ye
eyara
unsu kra de nkrata
and open Nikita the Chronicle the Obokrata no no so nsem no wodi aba betudwa na anope the Chronicle the Obokrata na mane bo ya wo bo say so ni mo sahin
mu ne he
Osaine o ka osaine na mekai ba ye boachi jan
eno na etai
osahin ba ko no ba na nsem
micro minority leader osia friend osahin apenyo marking
enti na the 2 MPP amanyoko no wachitafo nyina nim se mo bohu ni ekoso bia no mo mohu wo mo nka komanto ya bibia be fa
o se de na ekoso ya chechi omo no
se
omo nya
wo hwa ya sisi wo hwa ya sisi
ono apenyo no krampo no ne tosa on de won tra ho no kika bi ngum ECG containers a aira no sa no ECG ono e hwa gadget no
okay enti do e ho asem de Obokrata the Chronicle de bia bana enkomo wadi ka di dada fa osofo ya ode betu dwa se cocaine bia be pie Ghana hante enyemu hwehwemu akire wo se nya na adwene ye committee bia adwene wo kire nanso wamra no mekire mu ama committee fo no nyina no yemfa yi hwehwemu nko so a wo twetwe ne na ase ne ho asem anope de Obokrata de bana no ne area Felix kwachi fo suka na de Obokrata ya sport by osofo tender will be arrested if he fails to cooperate with NIB.
Enti tama ne so no se on pay dware a obo se oba ne nam sa ka se be dware na de nam sa na yenya so won sa ye twe na so no puto
ewre dwaye ho
e twe ewre dwaye ho sa na e betwe no ye betwiri se yidididididi
enti na we kra de se nya asem o ti ase o se ye press conference no say we the minority HSM mu nwe afia ba na yes minority mu meyi no o say a committee the o say defense and interior committee na mu nyina mo defense and interior committee mu minority for
Debbie
because one can say even minority for a committee ni so o say we the minority just we kasa the mrashibedwa for mo MPP afam nyina o mrashibedwa fie why are you running from your own statement and as I'm not kind no the ref say your records dey wo hwana
don't push me I'll go myself
enye case
ya betwe ne pa
enye case say na mo cheche mi wakasim say na esie okay bra na be boa ma asem kan what is the ye hu
why running
kabro fo kire no kabro fo kire no
ama me tea kura me no me atwe me o de echi
into where we are
me wie
Chloe
and I
Chloe obi anko heaven
Ose
obi anko heaven
Mami fa daily graphic into us na Piesie Okrah ɛna no ɛna kɔba say national security for especially opening on no special in charge of special operations director Richard Jakpa
edin na MPP 40 no omuwu no Jakpa
ose wo mko operations bi was happen man
you can have gold pani
enye easy na sa na wo koy onim se wo mko no say BOG Bank of Ghana one boxes anka BOG bia na wo kwakoto sika kokoi bia na say sika nkasa a wo di gugugu boxes no bi wo se wo hu bi wo crime scene ho
ya me hwe video no na sa video no wo ho ye wie na ye enkoma hodo na ebusuafo ye be yi mama hwe containers esi bebe ati say dan ye nsimwie ya sa man for sika kosie won say oman no print sika wo amanone a eba wo box mu Bank of Ghana seal ebo ho ne enu bi na gum eti chese sika gum na efa hefa
enu ni asem
omo san ko Addison fie ho biom
wo be ko
eso omo san ko ora Richard Jakpa
okay
dear you are a lovely man
lovely
mo san ko enesa Addison fie ho me say mo hwehwe intelligence no me say amanfo sika wo mo teso oman akoprinti sika ese ko Bank of Ghana no
na
obi afa containers ni bi de akwakosi
can you imagine Mami Ntiaso ya Sanfu Friday no Daily Graphic head aba no say His Excellency John Dramani Mahama appointed another 81 nkrofo say omunko mensing Krupon abankra chipanyimfo no omunko enkohwe eno ye second badge na no pay ewo kratafa etoso du ebiesa page 13 ewe ne Daily Graphic Mami Fensia
ama
yɛde sidia na ne mesu de Ghanaian Times Okrah nam de beto aso ano pɛ wo no so wo de nsema hodo aba na no yɛte sɛ ECG cables bi ayira e de free airport wa ho nsɛm yegu so ayɛ wo bɛhwɛ se ne ebia pie ha wo kyerɛ se bia pie ha na we de ne abeda dwane security agencies ne bi wo makɔ recover some of the cables that was scrap dealers site
enu ni video na enu a ba abonten no
yo on say ena no
omo cables na Oman wine is
unja na no me be say
ya na enam wiem no ha okwa kwa bia se wo mu ni light ya be say ye electricity extension na oman aboka akokra anyinama homa e de fra brotire na kwabra ni bi on de o so onim nyansa ono nkwa na nanum abai ono nkwa enanim adidie na wakwa akosesa e de akos scrap site scrap dealers for site say yen konane
yen nane ne mfanye bibi foforo enti eno ho asema no pay the Okrah the Ghanaian Times say the monsem biaba nominees no MMDC is ayabo omudin 81 no ayabo dia be Canada ne ho no eno so ho asem the Okrah the monsem bi odi aba na arewo sam ye say yesesa MC ni DC insensem ya ho Zabzugu ewo mayor tifido mantemu eno so sa amekowi achi akotutuo mo baby kwese wanyinse wa fam ahwe ne nkwa me ho nsensem bebre no ana banti ne nyina na no pay the Okrah ye friend the Ghanaian Times tani afoforo bi ka ho eno odi ba no pay
police force omo yes ansem no mo enhwehwe mu over MSMT say no obi e ka ho asem say omo petu toto dodo petu toto dodo e ho no de say military for inso na eja wo de omo kwa na todo bia na wo ma te pragai akwa ye nsem pi but I think say oman yi say security ho nsem no etumi koyi but senior only security expert kasa wo mo ewo gidie sesisia no yasesa security chiefs no ase oman hu sakraye bia eba omo no say as a security ho nsem no it is in the right direction ti yenhwe se na besi akọ but shooting incidents doso do
nti omo hwe na mo ntimi sia
doso
Piesie answer na be sorry mami bi sa asem bi enkoma Greater Accra Regional Hospital reach we bisa won say from 2017 no one award the contract bi ama company bi aye friend say Safe Africa Security Services Limited ana na opepombu sumi wa fimu obi akoje yarehwe ewo honom ma this company one ama client no ne oyare no na abusuafo atua 11,000 Ghana cedis ama won aga wo se sasika no eko Rich Hospital ho ma akodi company ho manipa odi ayarhwe wie no na afi na Rich Hospital no ebe charge na nkasa no betua ono so betua 10,000 Ghana cedis ana
na say na
21,000 enu so na nchen bra na nipa yi oda yar sabia hodomo na ne nan ni sisi na ye ne ya wo be ye sadwere no wo sama na abusuafo nkrata na osan koto nrufi abonte bai ansa na wotumi di ye sadwere no ema nipa na ana eya sembisa
krata bia ba be di mensa na krata no God's eye PI
yo
wo mo akwa koye nhwehwemu
yo
yeso obi so akotam machine bia ba besi abai machine no
sa
ye di twa scanner obi ejimu 80%.
Yes.
You be rasansem no.
And interestingly, unim say medical director be Obeba Ridge Hospital. So we say sa niema we when nye hu be kwetia, then these gangs they form alliance. No one go catch them benefit say you free or say be ya dubious and niema ori ye ya enye no beto akoso.
So ko district hospitals ni bia medical doctors no. Any wo mo abusuafo akwa biebie lab ebebe hospital ho. Etu duru ho a aban machine na asai na esese ye hwe na ye man panyifo be ye no doctor no nnua bi e wo lab na scan center bi etu ba pa na ya twro se ko ha ko ye scan na aban machine na e wo ho no e da ho na e pro you eye yewura kwabra minta akando wo adwuma pa pro ya wo ho bi ka sei amafo bebre na e ka se Piesie asem na wo ka no e nokre because ono no abai de na sei
yeah
okay ene Okrah say nyame de Okrah na ye wo na wo ya na maba Okrah we de busum so a
so
na ma me 30% so eti free na ekono say me tro scan bia mema om de aba nto ye pe so twa scan kwesi kutwa scan
by force ojuri wo nti ase
enkrofo bo hwase ye chi o ma wo ho
ye kwa mo
table so wo ho na mom 24 lashes
and I think say his excellency John Dramani Mahama need to post any second term this kind of corruption on condoning we have to support and help him.
That's a resetting gun. Until make us a for if you see something, say something.
Simple.
O mine say anyane sa enye
Debbie
say man som na unso ansum na mapoma checheku ansum Desmond ansum bi Elvis ansum bia enye yi man pe kwatu menko wafo a nehwe apomuni nsem so eni na bedi akire wonom ye dodo sen
enyezo
obo se na ebi mu akwa gina akwa kase eti no national health insurance no enye adwuma na ko pharmacy we na ko to we de unya bi wo friend say o say that's your friend over the counter ho de unya bi ko pharmacy we na wabodin a kire wo na wakọ bosom so a na wakọje ne percentage
bi so ho
so ma san over price no
bi so ho a nurse ni o ye adwuma wo ho obehwe no na wodi no bi a hyehye ne kutukum no nam ho enti o say we di enya bi wa bat mi wo bi u ye nru
like seriously
yes obeka kire o say bia na hospital pharmacy no enu ni bi ni ho nso no nurse ni na o ye adwuma wo ho no obehwe na ne kutukum ho na nu ni bi hyehye ho enti
awanya no he
enu ni question no
esi o musu tu nro ni biton
enu ni asem no tu behwe no na ordinary no ama no aton ama
health sector ni the corruption e wo ho de enya easy o
so yesre ora minta kando o man na ninko Ridge Hospital any other health institutions I want no especially abang de no o man na ninko ho me say Ridge Hospital what is happening there no enye and this not the first time o eyi ni de to so bi say mankasa me second this petitions bi any sika wo ngetua ama these companies are ngetua no illegally anonym so we obusuani now the unipa ko so ko JR share not what is the way here now so ompene so and we back say you come for a review and you see they'll threaten you
yes
when about there yeah so obi to obi mo na a serious matter
very
but ko police station na ma krata se koje medical reporter na doctor for charge
can you imagine
me say Dr. Titus Bayo free Ghana Medical Association in our parliament Dr. Thomas Anaba who Ghana Medical Association in our parliament most sponsor bill bi na ya enko parliament na obi a to no na obi a bia ya bono na eso okoje report eko police station na ya charge san kwasi asem no e say to twa
yeah
excuse my French yem fancy
mate
abushafo akasimadru na nonson abo the obokrata ehun sensem na yede ebeso mo no power 97.9 TVXYZ Dwaboase dwumadi no so ne non du na ebesori so na embra so say yede agudie mu nsem enso ede bebrem omowan mama me ko oh yo ene free abas ya osabute mame na yentwetwe nkomo ene anopei uko kumase a na no asem bi sie ewo eye kumase na ne nyina ne se Adventist Senior High School abrantie bi so onya tuo wo hwe akwala uko school se secondary school ayi so SS2 o se SS3 o se dey na okuretuo frabas mame okuretuo na tuo na ekura no wone ne mfefo di agronom se na tuo be ni o we dey toy gun na toy gun o se dey no o to boento o tuo no a school for be mienu etuo na kan mo wonya tuo no wo he once I catch you said now say shooting incident na doors do eti why na ya che no sesi aposi for IGP ohunu mpacho set ya PR unit ntem se ne be ya sembi se sia na yehu nipa ye be frɛ no e wo posi aso ye no abusha for abra so ye de agudie mu nsɛm ebre ebo
Piesie
next time we late bi o mam me twa wa ba bibi aboko
kanya do bia woko
weekend ye koyi
weekend ekoyi ma boys bi ebi nso ankoyi
investors
guys ni bi nso ekoyi ma won ebi nso ankoyi
investors for no
investors no sanso na man you won ko shegu ana moto ampa ho
hey wo de agudie mu nsɛm na ebre omanfo me constituent na ready wo mutie enye man you asem man you for jaya asem man
you supporting man you do best be come asem one
so person me no nya problem man you asante kotoko eduana stars
mo nya so nyi ase kotoko na ye kakra kotoko de ye kakra
so person me no benya asem asati me
bia na ne man you de say man you be omo na mo Ghana English Premier League no na no odin
say ye kofom
mo kofom
ye kotu oil
for
ye kotu oil
ba ye na mo kotu ska nim
ska wom from na ye kono ye benya oil and a good
yenhwe
Charlie for you too.
All right, I don't pay unim say Monday morning yatina say good day sama yakabo mu nyina na ede bram over the weekend games e course e betumi ede abra unim say the Black Queens of Ghana omutumi ene Senegal to me e boy sa game no e ho say Mero Sanso na Ghana U15 omuso no omakokoje e kuru akese pa e no so e ho say ede betumi ede abra Sanso na Mohamed Polo ono so de nsama to Jaffa the Blasters of Ghana ho e be kwa no ne ahwe ne no so ekoso ho Kamadin Sulemana abrante the team no relegation omo ye first team omatumi akọ relegation the English Premier League no and ho sense mu nyina ye betumi ede abre producers and Roger Emmanuel the sports monarch ena Kojo Fosu found the mensu midin ede ebo Taylor yen nsem na se na room all the Black Queens of Ghana catch unim say over the weekend and mabawa no ejina akono a Kim last and mabawa no na umkopie mu awa Senegal match kese pa etumi ekoso enso na sa game na ekoso nyina we nyina preparation ahead of a WAF corner ebetumi abaso ewo Morocco and bont no na game no ekoso na mabawa the din ede Evelyn Bedu otumi etoatena edema mabawa na mutumi anya 1-0 enso ewo sa game mu a yebomu edi emamu na team anase starting 11 omunya anaso omutumi starting game no against Senegal no say NCT Cynthia Findip ono na ye goalkeeper otumi eda pomu edema the Black Queens of Ghana Sanso na Portia Boache Susan Amadua Ekambi Sanso na Anastasia Echam Josephine Bonsu Jennifer Kujo Azuma Bugri Evelyn Bedu Sanso na Sherifa Tusile Sumaila Sanso na Princess Mafo na Doris Bwedua we any starting 11 Kim last etumi ebomudin se omutumi enhia si game eno so no enkrum die etumi ekoma the Black Queens of Ghana na unim se sa game no ekowie no game no ye bono 2 legs home and away a friendly match there na so omum pese omunya preparation amutumi de akobo the WAF corner abetumi abaso ntino omu bono 2 legs eno ntino Saturday 5 p.m. game no ekowie no and there and I say eda ochina enso second leg enso ebetumi akoso ewo Senegal bont so a ye bomu edi emamuti ehwenim se preparation no bibia enso ebekosie enso edi ama oman konkron Ghana game no ekoso no na baba one di edi Anastasia Echam otumi edi red card ewo 60 3rd minute ni mu a after the red card no maba no etumi ebo homoden omutumi ewini sa game no enso na after the game the Black Queens head coach Kofi Kimlas or Nisem Kakra to react to the winner ekoma maba one yente Kimlas Nisema otumi ekan.
Of course, it's professional football. You're always happy when you win. For us, it was the one of the most important thing to win the game. We knew before the game it was a tough game for us, a tough away game. We knew that Senegal can be physical. I felt the start was pretty good. I would say the first 30 minutes. We also scored the goal, beautiful one, I think, and exactly how we want to play with a perfect cross. And Evelyn came from a number 10 position with a great header. So I think we started the game pretty well. I felt in the end of the first half that we were coming in a little bit to the physical style with more stops, more like the Senegal way to play in this game.
And to the way and summer head coach and the Black Queens of Ghana Kim last on this summer or the two Ghana after the game no goal scorer Evelyn Bedu and a Black Queens players in the bin so no omo de omo sem kakra etudwa o pitch no so yenti omo so nsem a omo kan.
Thank you guys for the support. Finally we won. Thank you guys. I'm happy to be here. The Black Queens, we got the win. Say something.
We got to win, but 2 red cards.
Congratulations.
Say something.
I did.
Good. Yo, first game for Chantel. She did amazing. She helped the team. Bring on anyone.
We can't wait for more games and after. So great job today.
Let's go.
Yeah.
And to the way I'm about no Evelyn Bedu and Crawford Musuno after the game, no say couldn't be no to me a commute any jena and also not a course our pitch. Didn't see young free air the Black Queens of Ghana na yanko a U15 Omusuromuko to me to me Eko Jina Kono our Israel na a tournament a course no a mundialito a champions and no a tournament to me a course na Mrante no a copy of horn couldn't be to me akoma I am Mrante ono so metumi agi crew ano esi omuna so first game omo boy no omo winning 4-1 no against Maccabi Tel Aviv sanso na second game no so no na omo na Maccabi Denet Eilat eno so mutumi winning 8-0 sanso na third game no so no omo na Maccabi Peta Tikva eno so no Mrante no winning 2-0 enso sanso na fourth game omo boy no enso Hapoel Tel Aviv eno so no omo winning 4-0 last game no final no omo de Maccabi Tel Aviv enso Asia bioma eno so no ekoye 4-1 na omo wie no na Mbrante no so no etumi age crew no enso etumi esi omo na so eno so ye bawu bia de emamo na Mbrante omo tumi eboa gan omo tumi ehye goal do pa no na Robin Ogavi sanso na James Ofori Ebenezer Ejay and Abdul Aziz Isa we any Mbrante omo hwe ye omo tumi ehye goals no edema my Ghana ewo last game final no mu Mbrante no so no etumi enya crew no edisi omo na so enso ho na Mbrante omo bom nidin as a best player of the tournament no enso ekoma John Ando no ono mo bom nidin as best player of the tournament ACC anonso wotimi agi enonso edi esi nanso ntwe na no eboa se U15 nso no omutumi benya enough preparation na adequate good match fitnesses na unim se U17 nso no yetumi promote omo akọ no metumi akosi akan edi ama omai konkron Ghana na no so bibia enso akoye entiri ya preko ene ne Mrante no mko enu kunimdie etumi akọ mo a no so ye bomu enso edi emomo yenko anase yemfiri ya preko ene de U15 eno so no akachia na yenko Ghana mu legend ba ko na se Ghana ye legend ba ko ani din edi Mohammed Polo ono so den sem kakra atudwa efa the Black Stars of Ghana wonim se enche any Chad edi Madagascar enso boy na sa games na say 2 games na etumi boy ni na no etumi ehye 8 goals sanso na 2 wins any clean sheet enso etumi ekoma na Mohammed Polo edi nsem atudwa ne kan nyina ne se o se yenhwe nim na consistency entumi embla the Black Stars na 2 wins etumi ewini ye no ni na no yemboa na say 2 wins no yentena ho a na wini no entumi ewini enkoyinim yenti nsem Mohammed Polo edi tudwa.
Yeah, I think it's very good, especially when we got missing at AFCON, which is unprecedented. But they are winning this too much has given us some hope that they should try because it's not over. There is still matches to be played. So we hope there will be consistency, which is very, very important.
Entino Mohammed Polo kana etia no we are not the two so e kan say sisi idea o say ye hwe nim na e World Cup no die o say any excuse bia say yen qualify enko World Cup na World Cup you see no FIFA biam e did say qualify na enko World Cup bi entie no.
In the younger ones now they have to know that some their predecessors have left a legacy which they have to take over, so they have to do everything possible because what we've left is so important that it has to be breaking. But unfortunately, what they can only show us is that they qualified to the World Cup. And this World Cup is because it has been, the slot has risen to 5. That's why they were able to qualify to the World Cup. And we saw what they did at the World Cup. but it was not enough. When it matters.
Muhammad Polo Kanati and or say Munim man qualify for World Cup now. Mom Betty Modewo Entino, I know I am Muhammad Polo Ghana, a legend Bakwa, no Yana, and also no Ninsama or the Tujano, Yanko, a Ghana Premier League. Rooms over the weekend games, to me a course of results. A Koyano, Yanfa Emma Modia, Accra Sports Stadium, Accra to folk, Etinafie, Echimidia, Bomekabako, Omen to me Ante Sanso, and a Yakpando Heart of Lions, and Kumasi Santukotoko. And so to me about 1-1 draw. Dreams SC HBBN Gold Stars. A bomb Caminoa. Omen to me Ante Sanso and a Samates. And so Etinafie Okrah Lions. A bomb Camino to me Ante Young Apostles. Any Logan Cities. A goalless draw Sanso and a Baseke Holy Stars. And so Etinafie Brekum Chelsea. A bomb Camino to me Etimu Bako Adriana Stars. And so Etinafie Vision FC. A bomb Kabakwa. Amosuno Omen to me Ante and the Nations FC. And so Etinafie no ne Carolina United and so etumi ed apem so ye ko table no so dia table no Kumasi Asante Kotoko no and we ready kanya or 46 points after 25 games Bibiani Gold Stars ediswa ono other second positioner ono all 44 points and so and Accra Heart of Folk ono all 40 a pointer or that third position Nations FC eda a fourth positioner ono so no all a 39 points Beche United Ediso on also 39 points and so and Akpando House of Lions and so this one on also 38 points Media Man Soccer Club and so 38 pointer and also no other a 7 position ho ya ba ase ho no so the ase ho no e wo a 15 position on and no Carolina United sounds and a ono 25 points and so and Accra Lions and Ediso and also no over 23 points and so and Logan Cities and so other 17 positioner and also no over 22 points and also bom edemambo na woni say games a course no Bashir Hayford no Ekpando Heart of Lion after say omni Kumasi Asante Kotoko ebo 1-1 draw no Bashir Hayford or the same kakra etu giant and some Ekpando Heart of Lions head coach Bashir Hayford after the game.
We'll take it like that. They fought very hard. We made everything to make sure we beat them. But the first goal they got made us, fight from behind. So it's good. It's good. It was a tough match. So somebody who has fallen once for you, he will not come here for the second time. But it's okay. The boys fought very well. The goal didn't come. We splitted the points. So we take it like that. The problem was the finishes. Ghana, we have strikers, but you don't have finishes. They will run. Even when they get a chance and they will mess it up. So we are still working on them. I always work on my strikers, just to let them improve upon their goal scoring skills. But still, it has not come back. We work on that.
Pando House of Lion head coach Bashir Hayford and Kana Etiano Wasanso Akabi Mosi Ghana. There were strikers, but strikers will go share. Elmodin when you the first time or the same way. Atuja Entino or say a share na strikers no Omutumia was swatting now Black Stars away for every room. Now after Bashir Hayford Kasawi no and Dr. Prosper na Teogum and also head coach Edema Kumasa Tekotoko and also on Nisem Etuja Inte Prosper na Teogum.
Just a slight loss of focus when we started the second half that led to the equalizer. I think apart from that, I think we were very focused. We had a good structure. We created some good counter-attack situations, which were very good for us. So, to me, I'm okay with the way they play. Yeah, we didn't actually start on the front foot. I think we sat a little bit back, trying to observe what they would do. And then I think from the 15th minute going, we came into the game and also started playing. But then I'm sure they were I didn't tell them that, but I'm sure the players themselves decided to observe how they were playing. In any case, too, we had also trained on the counter-attack, so probably they were trying to sit a little bit to get the ball and then just hit them on the counter.
Head coach Prosper, Dr. Nateogum, Inka, and Yeti, na Abubakar Watara, and also head coach Edema Accra folk, or no sit in Sem Accra, after a marvelous 1-0 win at Accra Sports Stadium against Midiama Sporting Club. Yenti Awatara.
Asking me the question because we can run it. Today, performance is not bad, it's not good because of some factors. The first factors, the second, the pitch. Very nice pitch, but the one who cut it, and then cut it, is still just there can we have a match in 24 hours? That's what we look at. You know? And the team who are facing us dive very into fight.
Enti no we and some baka wata head coach adema aye across to folk rinka na ye tie no na ye wa across to folk no unim some short stopper back Benjamin Asare abrante no aye ade bia so nipa ni sika mo de ma no okobo aye Black Stars no unim so about 2 games ni na no tumi keep clean sheet sika abrante no ye de ma no otumi acheche ama na so bia so ewo across to folk ekọ omumba team no sanso na even Auroras nkra aye am academy no ni na ochema obia enya bi sanso na first team eba omo bo omo a eye technical team no coaches any ade obi otwi bass o chesika no ama no anaso bia so enti no abrante de din de Benjamin Asare wa ya ade pa ye mo na ba so se wa ya ade pa sanso na aye goalkeeper ba ko no so no otumi ache no aye gloves ni nyina no ose young goalkeeper so mo bo homoden e o Ghana Premier League no obeboa na omu nyina no otumi support omo ni omu hia ni nyina otumi edibia momo eno aye gloves ni ade ambrante ni nyina hia ni nyina no obetumi edi ni nyina edi amomo ntiro Benjamin Asare wa ya de pa ye bo na ba so ende yenko Division 1 League no na ye hwe games a eno so e course over the weekend Zone 1A match etumi e course Northern City etina afie eche wa sorry nante e bomo e ka ba ko mo ntumi ante sanso na wa power enso ene e yapai FC e bo 1-1 draw Tamale City enso etumi eche Walawele Catholic Stars e bomo e ka ba ko a omo ntumi ante sanso na ende Victory Club Warriors omnita Real Tamale City enso e bo Wenchi Methodist SHS Sports Complex 3 p.m. na sa game no ebetumi akoso sanso na e bo Zone 1B no so dia 11 Wonders eche Mighty Royals e bom e kamien so mutumi etimu bako sanso na Techiman Liberty Youth enso echi KAC Soccer Academy e bom e kamien no a mutumi etimu bako Bofo Kwata no enso echi DBB United e bom e kamien no a mutumi etimu bako ende Doma United Unity eno Techiman Heroes enso betumi abo nana Ajiman Bedu the first park sanso ye ko Zone 2 no munso dia Nania FC echi True Democracy ebomeka ba ko mutumi anti golden kick enso etumi echi Atram Divisa ebomeka me no mutumi atimu bako Great Olympics enso etina fie enso echi Akachi All Stars ebomeka me no a mutumi atimu bako Kotoku Royals enso eni Okowu United ebo 1-1 draw sanso na Sympathy eni na God FC ebo goalless draw Kings Palace enso echi Real Masters ebomeka me no a omuntumi anti sanso na Hoho United enso etumi echi Home Stars ebomo ekene ya omuntumi anti bi ende Interallies any Positive enso ebetumi abowei Division 1 Zone 3 games a etumi ekoso na medema mo no yeko Zone 2 mu sidia Ross Park FC enso etina fie echi Mysterious Dwaboase ebomo ekamiensa omutumi etimu bako sanso na Asekem FC enso echi Sehwi All Stars ebomo ekabako a omuntumi anti UCC Youngsters any new Edubiase eba 1-1 draw sanso na Bekwai Heroes enso etina fie ema Yesuedu All Blacks echi omo ebomo ekamienu a omutumi etimu bako Sky FC enso etumi echi Future Stars ebomo ekamienu a omuso no omuntumi anti yanko amamo amarone na yanhwe games a eno so no ekoso enso over the weekend Everton any Arsenal ebo 1-1 draw sanso na Crystal Palace enso etina fi eche Brighton and Hove Albion ebo mekamenu a omuntumi anti Western United any Bournemouth ebo 2-2 draw sanso na Ipswich Town enso etina fi ebo Wolverhampton Wanderers ebo mekamenu a omuntumi anti Aston Villa enso etina fi eche Nottingham Forest ebo mekamenu a omuntumi anti sanso na Chelsea enso etumi any Brentford ebo goalless draw enso Fulham enso etumi echi Liverpool ebo meka mienu a omutumi etimu mienu omo bomo eka miensa omutumi etimu mienu sanso na Tottenham Hotspur enso etina fi echi Southampton ebo mo eka miensa omutumi etimu bako Manchester United ene Manchester City enso etumi ebo goalless draw eno so no yebo mu bi eba mo na game a etumi baso Manchester derby no Ruben Amorim head coach and Manchester United after the goalless draw no the nisem kakra etu giant sama Ruben Amorim otumi editu dwa.
Depends. If you see the game, I think we had some chances to win the game. We tried to use the pace in transitions, defending a little more in the low block, but we had our chances, and we had some moments with the ball, and we pushed City to their half. I think we were near the goal, but if you look at the game, you can accept the draw.
Ruben Amorim or the two Johnny head coach Adema Manchester United. You see, and Manchester United no be a Bruno saying I'm and share na relegation no on betwa Southampton for so now officially Kamaldeen Sulemana the team Southampton officially among our first team on the English Premier League this season 2024-2025 season no it to me a relegate you at the accord the championship into no Kamaldeen Sulemana as a team be betona next season. If say osi na kan the championship ma and also no ye bom e de ma mo ye mrande ko say this year you say this year na ye Piesie Okrah Dwaboase so e de man producers and Roger Emmanuel the sportsman na Kojo Fosufande me so me din e de ebo Taylor Piesie Okrah Dwaboase dia man.
Tia no me kunu eware wo odro ene asumdwe kwan so ya wa we na chi no me kwachu ba hotel pop pebi say be sepeyo what a team for so crown na maye bibia wo nyankopon sem ekoba ne san me kunu antina se
edro botum waje wo ye edek sm bitters
wa eni gia befi we na me de yem bible edek sm bitters timase mama me
sa wa warrior mu enije bewie wo paya na sa wumpam agrodie abaye akwana na ye kamfo edek sm bitters mrs wo oyem ye onyina monno me no okọ one time edek sm bitters where the mama
hey oba wa fa yefunu ene oba oma ne ba enufu enumbi wo ye bema na wonya 18 na wontumi enum fda agi edwadie nkrato yi
mesi menananum aguru basa abi bragro tibedu emle no na ma premaye hojo.
As for me, I take very good care of my grandkids. Ye di agro na ye sa eduru mre bi kra na me ba no ti me de omo be gumi so weekend no.
Hey, memre
hey, anu nti na me ka kire o say ya no medi garlic capsules. Poso nyina ebesisi so kama. As I stand here, my doctor said my whole system has improved very well.
Medi garlic capsules.
Yes, Medi garlic capsules.
Oh, sa na te pa dia.
Medimosis garlic capsules. Boa mamoja di nipaduane mu afurusani ye na esiesie oba ne barima mahona hoden. Ubenya edro yi bi ato omanyi mu pharmacy stores frey wo 050 349 4885. Edro yi enye mamofra enye ndi fie dumienu. Apemfo ene emma emanofo. Medimosis. Who knew how FDA achieved the Okrah yi ato.
SHS 1, 2, and 3 admissions have started at St. Andrews Senior High School, and I have good news. Have you finished PEC and not been placed in a school of your choice? Do you want to rewrite your WASI? Have you been posted far from home? Have you been placed in a day school but you prefer a boarding school? Or you have not been placed at all? Don't worry, just hear me out. Your best bet is St. Andrews Senior High School, a grade A SHS with excellent facility and a wonderful teaching and learning atmosphere. We offer general art, business, home economics, agri science, general science, and visual art. We are located at Accra, Asinfosu, New Dwaboase, Dunkwa Ofin, Takoradi Shama, Mankasim, and Seshi Asawenso. St. Andrews Senior High School. We are always in the lead.
Wa fish sama you know mema ne hu se ye ka no wasam o ka sa papa kesi ya no ba ha na ne nase atata ya o kasa no de nsakata na no no ame but we are the same papa no.
But the mo kan nyina Spanish garlic mixture and then the capsules adaroma. And na mama pomodire sa no.
Wow, why you nice and kasa. Spanish garlic mixture and then the capsules. And yama why you come pa.
Eboa mo boja dia frusani wo nipadua no mu. Na aboa sisasabro awotutuo hypertension. E te cholesterol so. Obi o charge so antentem pa. Gas gina wo yam. E ma akora amane mu hunu ma fichi kromu nyina. Atuatwa. Obi okura wadware wie no. Afa na ne ho ye ne hene.
Enti aso Spanish ginkgo capsules hana.
Spanish ginkgo eno de ye nnuanu nura. Watwe free. Ginkgo biloba ene soya oil mu. E ma wadwemo so da ho.
Martin so say say eye anti-aging and am good retentive memory. Na ye ton hene.
Antech Herbal Center for ene ayi. Enye na pharmacies chemical herbal shops. Eno an say mo frɛ 0266 11 41 11. Apemfu abato mo manufo no kwada wo ne mfedum bienu enka ho. FDA agi edwedie krato yi atum.
And you just some na ba. Now some na in a TVXYZ. Yes, so turn home. Do your business. And now that we product TVXYZ. Yeah, you recambo. Na ya mawa kweja me tuma turn home. Turn home. And paying a pabazi. A great opportunity. Yes, my young customers, clients. Oh, yeah, viewers na. Turn home. Never turn home is your business. Your products na. I bet you boom. The TVXYZ viewers. What does papa? Shazana Taz. Naida Befre 0533 825870. Residubio 0533 825870. Mayenzi Komone Yambu not Tonwo. Another Butumaba XYZ Chena Himfia. You will so Abebresa Street. Brana Yambon Komo. Take them opportunity. Not Tonwo or XYZ marketing promo. Not together we make it happen. Tonwo with TVXYZ to do.
Asami dika hwan ebeka hwan ena ebeka sa asem no gese me ena wo na yaka efrise ensem bi wo kroma asa yanka ho asem a ahwe ana kro no na emu akwakoye bibia wo ho ahwe ana kro na dane abutu kro no there is a reason it's afraid the fourth estate of the realm obrempo akwaba
Piesie me Josubio
enkoma hodo no ebre na so no enkoma de bebre wo ho enkoma bebre wo ho
ye be hye ni
kroma ntumi ndi nsemfo na ntena se bi o ye panyi di mo ya de be ka to ze mo ade na ye no masa because krowe say no ye ni abre ye rajo mahama ne ni abre o co speed ye to aba we live ko nyanko bi ka bra wo bre nya o da so gina ne na so wo ye adwuma nti wo say ma adwuma na minim o de meba ya kai me Martin street light no wasem na hu hia
Martin
ye radio mahama baby ote kra no ne kwan so baby ofa ko ni face street light nya adwuma. Can you imagine?
Wow.
And we have a regional minister
na se wa shase Piesie wa shase ayeye bi aka
and am shase profinity.
Okay,
it is a starting free home.
So sen konko shase free his excellency o but who dim say why be there
enya onum ponti.
Okay,
Seti mamu for nam ho, techi for nam ho, islegon for nam ho, and aspinters for nam ho. It's a problem. Some man penny baby I was ne kwansu street light. Be maku be 85 and yejuma.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Aya wa husemo.
Okay.
Aya wa husem pa.
Ebia no ebia o mani sheda nkoso ana. Enti ni se sie ebia wa be bomi.
Enti me mani akoho. Me statical street light one sem ofi ha nye enye ne. So what I say?
Okay.
Sabra ye kase ya manfo bebre na was a problem ni bi. Adentina ye what temamoto we. Na temamoto we a elenke Accra any an industrial city a kwame nkroma she da kekere ye. Say Ghana ha say ye niema bebre na ye produce no wo enkran ha say no efi tema na eba. Na na jo nam temamoto we a unhu no hwe. So we can light hu ade ye de ne oti ate.
Ntimi nkokra.
Adentina dada no. Mem can't tell me same see from by. Any district or your friends say, your coordinators, your directors,
yes,
your municipal directors, woman is a woman here, Jumano, assembly for the warehouse, street lights in ho. It's a didn't say, yeah, and one no, Nancy Mattis or more fix it. Eh, my idea. overhead yi kura na no na Akufo-Addo ekoye ye street light and said anku yi ekọ kan yesi menka esanfo koso okroma kan yesi menka sebi okọ ekura bi ase a kroketua bi mu wo street light ye djuma baby a jade tira ye Ghana capital se wo fa airport bypass a
yes
se ne no ma ye de minim me fa ho anajo ache be se 1 week ba enya ehon so na mampanyi o ministers o mu fra broche na o mu si kotoka se krim o mo te trasako o mo te spinters o mo te East Legon o mo te Ogojo ehwa na o mo nyina na madentafo nyina hwa e na o mo fa na ono ma ko mu fie na o mine gateway that's the street lighting
anyhow why
are we not so serious like that? Sena na Akufo-Addo abreso na sebio na points na bombon a yawra mampanyi jo ma abreso new dawn aba no kwese trans na ye sane ma no obepo na otwewe yanta sempa yawra sampiale on na ye panyi na oda pro forum no NBC Professionals Network on the down
yes
afa dem ra na jume o sa ese papa no Nyankopon ato ne sa afre no yeah wonyini kakra de ba nanka ye pe no ye nchen ache nanka o se oye lawyer ni
okay
2020
yeah
ye lose aba no ena on that screen so
yeah oh okay yeah
ena ohene ba asem ne ba na mbufu ya mbetana na mtoto madwen ena fe meba ofre me o si Piesie me lawyer o na msia mi nimpa o si bebe o de asem ne kono mi sere o gina ho a now no mission parliament some no call parliament then na read the budget no me when am say ambassador ye hu wa che say some na mo invite me na am say o ye be invite o any say invite number no me ko tie no aha ya fi ha ya
Brian Champon as a cabinet minister is sitting there. Are you following me? So in law we say Brian Champon has insider information and would be engaging in insider trading. That's right. Which is forbidden in contract. What you say? I mean, whenever my contract me acquire BB. Obani offers you yes. And I want me compete. You can say, oh, you hold the 5 CDs. Right? The some of the 30 CDs are and you hold the 25 CDs. Who will present the cheapest? So I did me hoping to yes. So I catch up and say one fan yet to what channel. Maybe go to 35, 30. So also I catch up and say one go to 25. One case of 5 yeah. And the minimum ban one and the price no lower. Just because of what? When you info ahead. So if Smith goes shout and say, hey yo, Brian give the lowest quotation, whatever it is now. It's because Brian is in the position to receive information. Because we're a cabinet minister. Wow. Now, there's this.
Yali. Wabe modern Arabe sum
party no
wasum on my Ghana so
from Rollins time.
Yes.
Yes. Ambassador.
Yes.
Edema India. Sabrina na Yura John Mahama ewa bemo. That's John Mahama chapter 1.
Yeah, from 2012 up to the 2016.
So within that period, no, at the point of ambassador to India.
Yes.
And ono na ye penya or that pro forum for so on.
No.
NDC Professionals Network, a teacher for, a doctor for, lawyer for, and in fact, in 2024, one more Juma, one more year, professionals, no, a doctor for need, a lawyer for need, a teacher for no, and a fair nurse for no, woman united see more, one could be polling agent, yeah, the nigga free no. Wow, just a papa, appointment too.
Wow.
A train appointment.
I did not talk at least for any. I saw to my Ghana in any. Yes. Because all share ni Jumedia wapabe dia. Oh ya buy nipa. Sabri in conversation about twaso. No what did you mark a second dia boa. Na aban ye timi afa ntama pa bi efra. Na also benefo ne bubu am say o wo kra dia. Aya na nkwanti menye. Nyankopon wonim die ntia. Sabri mu. Ana wato ne nsade afre eye owura sampi yale ye ma abusuafo nyina yakọ ene shedding na nyina ye nchichi ye nwre ya hwere eja ya hwere papa ya hwere kandifo ano boa pa Piesie
obi a wasom Ghana wasom oman yi wasom NDC pa yi NDC for and afe abusuafo te se ne obrempo kan no yamamu nyina yakọ abusuafo so yamamo hyeden ebefa nyankopon fa yewra sampiale ekra ensie ye emfa maye enim se dachi bi yebehia obi ani wa obechene bo
dabi
nyina
yes anu ni asem no yes asem ni titina na yan kan sa
asem ni tia wa nyina ne che obi anchene bo
dabi
eti enese wo obi anya asem na tinchin na wo wiase kat boxes ya Bank of Ghana ban akwakọ print sika ewo brochire na sika ne mra Ghana ne nko Bank of Ghana na Ghana fo nya bi no kwabrane afa bi de agu containers mu e de akwakọ si site bi
enu ami hwe videos na me koma ya me ya ana me se na den si wo man Ghana mu ano Bank of Ghana classica boxes so mu de gum de ba man Ghana mu ano ene na akosi nwura bi mu a egu container bi mu sa no
de be ba ho nya botre tie
Piesie
tie na eba biom esemturo ni bi akwakọ ye nhwehwemu ewo Greater Accra Regional Hospital rich
okay
so te say na akra ebubu mo ha akra de dem say obi a ono so ko ho ni okohu ya waka kire no na akra so ba beka hu eproye
rich hey
ye kire hey proye asam na manu gusu ana me ka no eno na ba beto ho no wuni ma de eya nipa wada Greater Accra Regional Hospital Ridge Hospital nipa wada no or sofo Reverend Doctor. Can you imagine?
Anope unim ye ye friends on so no ndemfe si okakra san yes anope omega se ye wura ho se wa unim na afedie ekos original ye mboma ba ye wi ebeba ba bia wo no eti dey na centroni no wakwa akokohu no Reverend Doctor on to no bo asiasa ye bedu no ho metie o
obrim point
metie o pa
asam ni nyina ne se na metia na me kase uko hospitals ahodo bi a
yes
aban wo machines a yedi AS scan yedi bi ye lab hwe mojem ni ade esaya na ya se de twi ye ni yenye na fe doctor no ni obi akwa kanana
yes
eti obi yare na obape wo se ko ha ko den laboratory na koye na aban akra sika akoto afidie na asai na ye be ye no yenye na doctor eje no commission Doctor your friend is saying
Nidi Abedegana
medical director no da your friend Reverend Dr. Ralph Ama.
Wow.
Ni etiani say one mo feed na wom di trust scan dialysis machines ni ade na assign no. And na wom ni company be akọ sign contract. $7 million there $7 million there kodada.
Hey,
$7 million kodada.
Sa contract no money private company na akọ sign sa contract no. Wo di ye de say obi be trust scan na say bi aban de na say ni direct ko wa na.
Etu okọ ho a aban ne na akọ aban no any sa company no na say hospital no any sa company na akọ sign krata. Na sa company no kura ye frɛ no refu a we say den no. Ye say wo munni sa ne ma no ho nimde. Eti company no sa wo kwa trust scanner na wakọ ho na ya bele aban bosome so a na reja kwa kotua sa company nika eti se aban bill ni nyina ye 100 Ghana at the end of the month
yes
na aban atua 80 Ghana cedis de amomo let's aban fa so na 20%.
Wow.
Yes eno na ekoso e wo radio hospital
as say nhwehwemu aba they say no we need to get was ye nya niema bi ebetimi de abo ade mu yie pa say what nhwehwemu akoba ne sade a because me koso ka say aban enyuma aban hospitals aban niema wo my Ghana mu a anopa me tese na obi ka say omo dwene ho say ECG cry be ni private ye be ni say adan na aban niema ne ye wo mu a ye adwuma ye ntimi nye ni ye
abro ni beye abro any beye ena masanse hunu no ekoso e wo memu a hwe ye ti o memu ha obi di sofo kata nenim sofo aye do akwakoto regional hospital machine say wo be ma aban aye no wo ma aban nye na oni obi akwakọ sign contract na aban hwe sika gu $7 million kodada aye ye nhwehwemu na aye no krata no ya petition mampanyi petition health minister yewra akando a petition national security meba amehwe ase ho His Excellency the President of Ghana Jubilee House ya petition no Chief of Staff Jubilee House ya petition no Honorable Minister of Health, Ministries Accra, your petition, National Security Coordinator, Director General, Ghana Health Service, your petition, the Regional Director, Greater Accra Region, your petition.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Imagine department na ewo ho no amfidie na say no.
Yes.
And I this our contract na kwa koma obi foforo. And aban bokagu. Ti bosuma ne so a it is 80%. Yes, public private partnership. Procurement is a wo mo ye no pepepe no kwa wo manye. And I dey adwuma na kwa koma sa company no. Refua.
No be say
I just say 2023 and I register as a company no and when that we no screen so no 2023 na machine say
I see the Director National Investigation Bureau NI before okay I say report of fraud, corruption and procurement breaches at the Greater Accra Regional Hospital.
Yes, eti unim eti watchwa the krata na kwa wochem the person wochem nyina se amamra no ma ho kwan se say aban adwuma yetumi eye na asemba yetuma yemu hwehwemu. So paragraph 2 no evidence suggests a coordinated effort by some members of the Greater Accra Regional Hospital management past former government appointees along with officials at the Ghana Health Service headquarters to divert hospital revenue, compromise service delivery. The individuals linked to this scheme include the current medical director, Reverend Dr. Ralph Ama, the former medical director, Dr. Emmanuel Srofenyo, the head of clinical engineering department at the Ghana Health Service headquarters, Dr. Nicodemus Kafui Gebe, and Mr. Giscard Opokuwari. Wano ena owo eye billing department wo. Eti fraudulent activity na wo kan wansem no. Osi imaging department wo na wo mo eko hu sa de no. Wo ma aban aboka. Revenue so far they have disbursed to sa company na make wansem no. Ghana cedis 7 million Ghana cedis to various companies. Na say ye public private partnership agreement with Referral Limited. Eti wo mo ena sesia no okọ Ridge Hospital. Na ye kase kone twa scan kone koya lab bi wa ha se a refer company na ye de sa eye contract na akwa no na wakọ ho eti bosom so na Ridge Hospital for twa omoka revenue na beba ni nyina no omo di 80% of it.
Yes.
Number 2 enfidie na refer for no eyu so no wo mo ni wunim die bia enti Ridge Hospital for
and the control
woman na operate some machines no
yes enchiremu bi abasisi a won say na wo medical director na say Reverend Dr. Ralph Ama the assem no kura woman ni say eye doctors wo bi mu a wo mo wo reg ho ana aye sanse say ye ni this adwuma no now wo mo pay this medical doctor out.
Okay,
Ralph Ama because o si wo mo kwan.
Okay,
I was answering saying now one more year no. It's medical doctor no. I think letter na way. One no all see doctors we no going to doctors for na per kwan bi so. See a person mu yi medical doctor here dey. Any free Ridge Hospital ho. Said the be ya o mu betimi abawuram na wo mo niema wo mo ye no wo maguso atoa so e de contract for a contract akese ne niema akoma private entities.
No.
Na bibia aban no.
Aban ne boka. Well, Ghana, you will scapa.
Yes.
We have money.
Yes.
Your money and couple Israel. You will be.
Yes.
She. Day. And an for the address. You say, to a boka. Nesu Yara John Damani Mama buy. To a year Jumanian Faso, Temoi refinery, a year Jumanian Faso over $2 million. Mr. Ghana, you will scat a management and a bro any bay. Civil servants at Nababia. We are penny a scheme with the tia.
Yeah.
Whoa, open our cassette and near my inquiry into Soko, now come emra. Then also no do.
Oh yes.
Dr. Thomas Anaba, Ewa Homanaso.
Okay.
Or say Emra Shibini and Kane Wono, and I know a penny what that Greater Accra Regional Hospital on Ridge. Tia de Yehuna, Dr. Reja and a friend. Dr. Thomas Anaba, good morning. Oh.
Good morning to you.
Oh,
and good morning to your listeners.
Nabi Babo there.
You were kakra.
Ebefa. Doc, una na wo ye kane panyi kwankyerɛ for director of Ridge Hospital. Se eba se enfidie essay to say imaging department na be a scan machine be say niam be say e kwan be so na e fa so etoto niam yi ana se mra na ma ho kwan say ya ye nkwa abonte enko sign contract.
Oh, me that was it. So many big government facility, maybe be fair. The SA look at SA first, in maintenance regime. Maintenance department, they say, are said to an extent that the NTM service is beyond because the lifespan is one. SA Munto Fufro. You can either buy Fufro or Ube Chini, the PPP, public-private partnership. In a way that both of you would have benefits of the new equipment, or government that you have to for at hospital they using a sick actor if it is not above the threshold of the public procurement act. If it's not above the threshold, but above the threshold now, I say Ghana Health Service and our Ministry of Health and now that is what I know. So any hospital can buy anything, but if it is above their threshold, you either go to Ghana Health Service to give you authorization, or go to Ministry of Health. If it is above the Ghana Health Service authorization limits for procurement, then you go to the ministry.
So in this instance, no, my en lower no Embra Ridge Hospital. Machines are saying according to Semtroni being more or imaging department no machines be saying one more any company be aqua sign contract. Na one say company no yet 2023. And machine also say 2023. And a one more a contract. And I say bed and crown kosu ye. And a procurement once and seminal. Yes, here was stages stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. But I see a jump boy. I didn't say BBC AC. What do you think say a como a ma BBC able to me about?
Oh, sir, machine say yeah. Now say new one, and they even go through the bidding process, procurement processes are. And that one, it is an infraction. You are jumping out of far be say the Jima well without taking it through the procurement procedures. So the moment you jump the procurement procedures in procuring something without open tender and then the rest, then there's an infraction. It also is like a PPP, and you have to bring in experts in that to evaluate, to assess, to see whether the hospital is being shortchanged or not. If you don't do that, then it means that there's something shady in that deal. So, it means we have to get experts in the procurement who are very good in procurement to look at how the agreement was signed to see whether it benefits the hospital. From what I'm reading, from what I read, it appears a contract was signed for a company to provide certain equipment to the hospital and then take 80% of all the income of that equipment, whatever they'll gain from that equipment, and the hospital will take 20%. And from what I'm hearing, the company hasn't put any equipment there except for an ultrasound. But the company is taking 80% of all services provided by the imaging department, which looks very weird. If they were supposed to put a CT scan and an X-ray in Rich Hospital, so that Rich Hospital and bring their staff to operate it, then Rich Hospital will take 20% and they will take 80%. That is what they were supposed to do. But from what we are learning, they have not put any new equipment of CT scan or X-ray machine in Rich Hospital. The only equipment they brought is an ultrasound. Coincidentally, me, I was in Rich 2 weeks ago to do an X-ray of my knee because I tripped off in Parliament. And when I entered the X-ray room, I didn't see any new equipment from what I left. I saw what I left broken. And they were using a mobile X-ray machine belonging to the hospital. This is what I'm saying, it's coincidence that you are asking me this question because I was there myself.
Wow.
They were using a mobile X-ray machine from the hospital doing X-ray for me. So it means that the money I paid, because I paid to do my X-ray, the money I paid, 80% would go to this company and 20% would go to the hospital. Meanwhile, the staff that was in the hospital working on me was Rich Hospital staff I left. The machine is for rich hospital. The air condition is for rich hospital. The space is for rich hospital. And how come the company will take 80%? How they brought in? So it's a coincidence you have called me to answer to this, but I have experienced it. And I think that there is the need for a quick audit to be conducted regarding this agreement with a private person. That you are to set up an imaging department with your equipment and with your staff to help the hospital. Besides, I don't dispute it. I'm not against it because many countries use PPP when it comes to capital-intensive equipment for hospitals, whereby they generate income and share the income to reduce turnaround time in hospitals. So I don't have problems about private persons coming into health facilities to help government invest in the health sector to improve health delivery. I'm not against it. But it is the agreement, whether the person is fulfilling it, whether they are shortchanging government and almost shortchanging government. That is what I am worried about. To sign an agreement to take 80% by investing and bringing your staff to work. And at the end, you don't invest in anything, you don't bring your staff to work, and you are taking 80%. To me, it's questionable. These allegations are very serious ones and must be taken very serious with immediate effect. And no one should be allowed to do that. If it is true, then I think those who signed that agreement and those who are implementing that agreement, they must also be called to question. Because when to me, a director, now we implemented such an agreement when the other party is not fulfilling the part of the agreement. It doesn't augur well. Who implemented an agreement into the latter, you have ensured that the person provided his equipment and his personnel to do the work, instead of you using government equipment and giving him the chance to collect the revenue without doing anything, without implementing the part of the agreement. So,
Doc,
this allegation is very serious.
Okay, Doc, answer. Now we are paying Quantre for our Rich Hospital. Oh, come na imaging department or na mfidie wo ho anase na machines ni ho.
No, before I left, we had a CT scan machines there, and the new building also has a CT scan machine and X-ray machines. So equipment were there. Na equipment were all.
Eti okoya no some machines no eda so wo ho.
Omo da so wo ho because omo problem. CT scan no a problem. X-ray machine no a problem. But portable X-ray machine no e no na edge. Ultrasound machines no were problem. But company no what me matisa omoto ultrasound machine. I'm a hospital no, but X-ray machine no omo CT scan machine no omo. The X-ray machine omo use portable X-ray machine no government toy no. Ono na omo use here omo X-ray, which is really not the right one they should be using. That one is meant for mobile, moving to the wall to take X-rays on people. It's not supposed to be used in the X-ray room to be taking images, unless that one is spoiled and they use it as a stopgap measure. So, which is okay.
Okay. Etino okwaya no na se machine says referral limited 4-way eton one mon toy.
No, because no baby, I me ankasa me X-ray last 2 weeks no. All machines that now installing, now commissioning 2016 no. That machine in that's all, but say so omu use portable one no, and then you take pictures na inside all. CT scan machine no, and then the boost that all. Omu change CT scan machine no. Nti omu ye CT scan imaging.
Eti sanka wona oye. What else your medical director or Reja? And I say na muntumi nyano sanka private person be ebe mo anka agreement no nke say e kone sen.
Some me agreement with laboratory with some private company. Omo feed the besi ho. Omo ma ye regents, omo ye servicing. Bibia na omo take 30%. Equipment there omudia o. Legends there omudia. Legends there omudia. Now we take it 30%. Then extra 70%. The staff who were working on it were our staff. But in this case, no, almost say company na on farm machines in bra, no almost far almost personnel in bra. But that is not what they have done. They are rather using the government equipment, and they are taking the 80%. That is what it is alleged. They are taking 80%. Meanwhile, everything is paid by the hospital. The air conditioning, the power, everything is paid by the hospital. The equipment are for the hospital except ultrasound. Definitely, I won't say what I'm going to do, but I'll say what every Ghanaian should do. You sign an agreement that the person must comply to his part. If we say, yes, bring the machine for your people and take 80%, as a director, I will ensure he brings his machine, brings his people to work, and take his 80%. That is the agreement. But I won't agree for you to use our equipment, use our staff, and take 80%. It means I'm violating the agreement. I'm not following the agreement. I'm not implementing the agreement. I'm favoring the one who is coming from outside. Because also Toka, now set driver, now on the sub passengers for Bolga no Musabra, now for 80, now for 20. One Toka, Obia or Miankasa and Mitobika, Miankasa and Miyobi driver. No, the passengers no quarter of Manama 80%. Are you correct? Are you correct?
It is our Ghana Health Service. More code of conduct any momra ebo more hospitals any a doctor for eho banya. Ufri say bibi ben ena NCA.
I think that the management of the hospital are not complying to the agreement between the private entity and the hospital. Once the agreement was signed, they are violating procurement laws. This is not only Ghana Health Service. It's a procurement law they are violating. You procure the service of somebody, he is not delivering the service, and you are paying the person. This is a very serious allegation. If the person is not complying to the agreement, the terms and conditions of the PPP, and you are paying the person for not complying with it, then you are violating procurement laws. If it is true.
Okay. Sir Asamna Ba, ya petition man penyin National Security and Health Minister. Eti abehwe se ne eno no ebetumi akwakusi. Na why penyin ewo Ridge Hospital da? Mama mbisa we. Wo betumi aye director for the health facility no. Na ebi our doctor for our mo ye adwuma ewo wasemum. Atumi akwa sign contract abra wonya we. Sa betumi asi.
No. You cannot. No, won't me. I say, won't me? Ghana Service to me sign a contract without you being aware. So I won't sign a bar, almost the contract and a bar, over explain the amount. If it is beyond your threshold, they can sign it and bring it to you. But you must implement it to the latter. You must implement the agreement to the latter. They will tell you the agreement says that the private company must bring 15 workers, must bring an X-ray machine, that's an example, must bring an ultrasound machine, must bring a CT scan machine. You as the director of the hospital, once the agreement threshold was above you, you only implement what the agreement has said. Ensure that the private company brings the equipment. Ensure that the private company brings the human resource that they promised to bring in the agreement. And then as you are going to pay, you cross-check to see whether they have fulfilled their part of the promise. If they don't fulfill, you report back to Ghana Health Service Director General that this contract you signed with this company, they are not fulfilling the promise, so I can't pay them. Or the Director General gives you an order, you pay, then you pay and know that he is responsible.
Okay.
That is all. That is what you are supposed to do. You comply with the agreement and implement it to the latter. Just like Ghana will go and sign an agreement, the Ministry of Health will go and sign an agreement, education will sign an agreement with any company. It is coming from the finance minister.
All right.
The finance minister will hand over everything to the Minister of Education to ensure that he implements it to the latter. You can't be paying a company which is not complying, going by the latter, going by the agreement in the contract. If it is so, you raise, auditors will raise a query. But no, they are supposed to do it, they haven't done it, so we can't pay. So even the audit department there, the finance director in the hospital, They must explain how they are paying, if it is true. They must explain why they are paying the company. That is not complying with the agreement between government and the hospital, between the private company and the hospital.
I see. It's not just a proyen somewhere. SM Troni no journalist na kwa investigate or the Babonteno. Say it is a pepe dia then the director of Ridge Hospital aim to me in home free meboa.
No, he cannot. You cannot exonerate yourself because it is not the Ghana Service DG who is there implementing it. Come on, you are implementing it. And if you find it's who say implementation no problem or I don't want to write it, let a man who say, we have access to do this, but the other party is not complying with. Look, just being a Ghanaian and a citizen and a patriot, and you have this thing before you, if it is true, you should know that it is not correct. You must first of all think of the people you are serving. You must first of all think of the Ghanaian public, not the private company limited. I don't say that we should not partner with private. No, but to know that what the private person is doing is not correct and you are paying him money, it calls for you to be investigated yourself.
Sure,
it calls for you yourself to be investigated because it is your private company. You won't do that. You won't buy equipment and everything, and somebody will just come and be collecting the money of the service and giving you 20%. When you are paying your staff, paying electricity, paying for the equipment. Will you do that if it's your private company? Let's forget about the laws of Ghana and see whether equity-wise, one person over for a company, hospital, and now will be no revenue for your imaging department. No offer 80%, no amount 20%.
That doesn't make sense. But then, Ceciano, time I hear John Mahama renovate Ridge Hospital na ababaye near aye. That time no send ya one na oho. Time I hear Mahama renovate Ridge Hospital no. Send ya one na oya penny oho.
Yeah, me penny oho.
Good. It's a radio hospital no ababaye kese ma ye here extra security a free private security. Say emra meka internal security no wana.
You see, regarding the security, time I mean what no, ye renovate hospital we no. Let me say contract security people. That is non-mechanized. Let me use non-mechanized. From our internal revenue generated funds. Then we apply to Ghana Health Service to take them fully.
Okay.
To mechanize them.
All right.
We're in that process and everything to mechanize both the cleaners, the orderlies, and also mechanize the security staff who are not mechanized because we're paying them. There were 100 and something people. As I speak to you, I'm reliably informed that some of them are still not mechanized. But they are being paid by Ridge Hospital and they are working there. So I'm surprised to hear that there's a private security company there which is providing security. I have been to the hospital last 2 weeks. I didn't notice any private security working there. So the people they are supposed to mechanize, they have not mechanized them. They are still paying them on tabletop, and they are rather giving the job to a private company to come and handle. When we still have those people left working there, to me, I don't really believe it until they go to audit it to prove that it is true. Because it will be so sad that some people have worked unmechanized for 8 years and they are still working there. But this thing needs to be investigated.
Yeah, because
government front upon that, and I think the labor ministry must take keen interest in this. How can people be working in Ridge Hospital for good 8 years as contract workers? Every 6 months they renew it, or every 1 year they renew it, and they are working there for how many years, and they are not mechanizing them. It's not good.
So this new security company now, your friend Africa Security Services, no. Every month, be a Ridge Hospital, 140,000 Ghana cedis, 1.4 billion. Sikadada no. Which means per head, be no. Ridge Hospital, 2,000 Ghana cedis. But yeah, say a company no mum 8 year security for no 500 Ghana cedis. And a number as a one F no. Woman fasa number no. It is say be as I say yemfa 50 a obekọ na ni pay be a 5B any tua ho. Na emom no wo mo ti say sika no per head.
Yeah, that will require an investigation. I'm not there. I've not been there to ask all that. But if that is really true, you need to investigate. It's very simple. If you want to really know how much you are paying the staff, if you want to really know how much you are paying their private staff, you go to SNIT and see their state contribution.
All right.
And you know really how much you are paying them. Okay. And you can also call the people and ask them how much you are paying them. If it is really true that they're taking 2,000 and giving them only 500, that is very, very unfortunate.
Okay, but we a serious allegations are aban Edwumakuo Hospital kesesa no na ekoso ewo ho. Thankfully, we are member of parliament. What's our health committee in so? Eti Diana, in your capacity as a former medical director of the Ridge Hospital and a member of parliament, what's our medical doctor and kasa san same way here no. Health committee no Dian and mubetumi aye parliament mbetumi aye den they found.
I think the petitioner has petitioned national security,
the president, the health minister,
the president, and the rest. Yes, so they are an arm of government. They will do their work. Once we get a copy of this as a committee, we can also decide to have our own ways of interrogating it. But we will support any investigation to go into this because it's going to affect the health delivery. Once the hospital is losing money, quality of care may not be met, and people will not get the needed care they want to. The turnaround time will be bad. So we want quality of care to be delivered. And if money is being siphoned illegally, it will reduce the quality of care. So we will be concerned. And we will ask that the government and the security agencies and all those who are being invited to look into it very fast. Let's ensure that the right things are done and money is retained in Ridge Hospital and work is being done according to the agreed terms of the contract. So definitely, as a member, as a doctor in the first place, I'll call for government to really look into it very fast and hold the culprits. I'll also call on the security agencies who have been invited to also look into it. Even the Director General of Ghana Health Service will also look into it very fast because it falls under him.
Very necessary.
It falls under him. He must look into it very quickly to see whether it is true or false because the image of the Ghana Health Service is at stake. Because people make complaints about hospitals and the rest. We can't allow corruption to invade our health facilities. No, we can't do that because, look, if this is true, private person was taking money, health insurance was capped. It means the government, the previous government was just stopping hospitals of getting money. How then do we devote the hospitals to the standard that we want that we have to prevent people from traveling out for healthcare? If private people are siphoning money, allegedly, outside our health facilities that are supposed to be properly equipped to save us from taking people abroad for treatment. So some of these things I will really call as a member of parliament as part of our duties to ensure that the right things are done. We will call for quick investigations into it. We will monitor to see what they are doing by a research. But if we see that work is not going on very fast, we will also try to get involved to push people who are supposed to investigate it to come out to say whether it is true or false.
All right.
Then we all go to rest. Yeah.
Doc, my emphasis I say as some we are friend about Bibiania as former director of Ridge Hospital there, we'll still come back to you now for and to move out there my that say number unyamaye and I no pay honorable. All right. Dr. Thomas Anaba Rasebedweni, member of parliament for Garu. Wano a former Ridge Hospital director. Nti asem we buy na say kojin chiremu. Wama yate ase se ne womo structures ne ye adwuma. Eti ensem na amafo kika se a doctor phobi na hyehyɛ ase no mpese medical director no ye throw it out no. It can never be the truth because medical director contract be anywhere even say Ghana Health Service for Okrah na womo say sign a womo ba you have to go through to implement it. So it can never be true say Reverend Dr. Ralph Ama Onim Hubi. It can never be true.
Onim Asemene Hubi dia. Yes, said ya petition the president of the republic, near petition chief of staff, NIB, and it will be health minister. Honorable Minta Kando no. Okay. One more petition na fe yem fre mpanifo omoda Ridge Hospital yano. Okay. From the medical director to some of the doctors ebia yesusu ana ye nimi se omonsa wasa ne mai Piesie eno na ama ye hospital ye health facilities abibia no ha wo kom no now the ordinary Ghanaian now why yari now all babe pa yari sanan no ya fa kwan bi so twe na so na for baby na ya diaban sika na yadi ya gini sika na yadi eno so yeda asem bieze
and I make us a corruption it's too much.
It's every sector in this country, no. Or say any project can say ya na because so you see, so the reset now the reset. I see John Dramani Mama. Any NDC abani dia ban Piesie, it should impact every sector of the government institutions. Say the bay de and you may bet me aboa ya sitina because so we share sa niema ya koso ya ugo trascan yes scam machine say ni arefe okay kwa hamum ubeko na sike da ho no be also ni arefe second ko trascan fa.
Okay, so I think that same way say we must have petition mpanyimfo no mpanyimfo betuma hwe na one of my investigations are needed and swiftly as a content na yetuma hwe tenti ya be koso na ye disa ensem ne ba last week asem bi sie okumase galamse ensem no ho ena o mo ma wi asikade akosie no ho but adentina papa otuo pistol locally manufactured pistol
yes
now the better baby a oba ebenya access to a problem because asem we see what Adventist senior high school
SDA for school
no Kumasi no
yes
akwara no the tuo na ba pistol according to a police force statement me ba cho mo first statement into so according to police statement no we must say asem ni see on the 4th of April na akwara no kofa ne papa tuo sana akwara naka we mo interrogate no sana waka se tuo no ne papa de no kofa sana abuba wom ena ode ba school na ode kire ne nanfofo tumi no toye and accidentally ekoka enkwala ni bi ama omode omko SD hospital na say yesan rush omko confirm no che ba se police force enkwala no ho ye but amanfo kasa o social media kire mo say
yes
ai yewra John Mahama wa security a break wo kuruma papa wan keep ni tuo yie na ne ba akofa efa John Mahama ho ben
Piesie abofra we abofra wa di tuo no ko no wo mo mfa ne konkola bo ni school enkola no prison no nko dem then tina ade enkura na beba wutrim as SHS student na me ya sure say Piesie etuo no na ba bi plain sa mofra na aba ne mofra bone na say minim say de o maka say yenya nkora ne bro wo school mu me fa ba bi anka we hwe ne me ko so SHS free SHS ba ye wo mofra wo be gina ho be so video atu wo mo so atem didi o mu di mampani wo kuro nya reketwa hwe video sa ya ye hu free SHS school num ade na say amofra no ye kire wom ade na o mu sua wo school num ye hu be ne show mu say that time ya po fi campus ni hu e teacher kura na abosu ye beton wem and then e bi obetima kwakoto abofra ni teacher ba bia ni teacher ate kura wo offer na ba ko mienum na akora na ti obi again na beba wo team then na wo de ko kire wo school fo no wo school mo say etuo no musu etuo ho ade wo school mo eye mo tu etuo ho bibi ana mo pe bi dia ye practicals anything na wo fa ko ade adire na ba wo team okay Piesie we enya ade ye betwa ko na abofra papa na amfa ye yi papa na mfa nchen
dabi na Mama kura be frame dabe before no say did
when they me ye pay attention to
my kwa man so security analyst ba kwa wa ho man so security expert and executive director the my platform for peace and security Africa aba so sabote good morning
mini abema
now what is saying
oh nyame adom moja die fusani de beda nyame asem gidi se won so no wapan fo mo ye pa
me ho ye pa ensem me ensentira e fraba no pay ba ko sukuri na okofa atuo no number 2 galamse na tiate say ye tu galamse wo kurom ena number 3 amanfo mo wia Ghana sikade akohye containers mu Bank of Ghana 4 boxes a weekend national security for kotoye ba ma yen sha sem free suku mu sa asem na esi wo kumase no efa John Mahama ho ben amanfo say John Mahama
edi kan ma mentia power from me XYZ T4 and ya no pay things o man we ankasa no ye de nyama bebre di agro
how
ye de nyama di agro say asem say si na o man penyi na ye de asem we ko for no you see ye na ye nim unum say teenage abono ye different no say wo hwe abra wo akasa say bibia wo wenyi bedui so kai teenage time nyama waye pa but I'm sorry ya pala bone pa so bia be ya tumu a your age is between 14 echo 18 even in some cases 22 23 no nyama be bria ni pa yo na bra bo mu and out na hwe pa si eh ene bio na hwe yi a na nke bi a nka ko wie si enti no nyamika ko sini se eye entitiye ani nyamisuru a ye di wura nkwale mu ani ahwe yi ena se sabi papa wo di local manufacturing system atu baby na wan kwa ni yi so ukwa ni yi kwa how often do you check them ya obi a wo di atono e da ho akola no in his quest for adventure and am ka teenage life no de one shey na so so bibia we wa shey we nya atom go see na teenagers na ye da adventure
akola na so thing
we teenager dia me they explore a lot and you certain at any stage of your life where you explore a lot you are so inquisitorial who is so inquisitive say bibia o pese bibia ade won ma yitimi tia o men ko beto be ko o ko na bibisi a ansa na wo suemu nyansa etino e wo say awo fo no ma ye ni konkwala no especially during that when life stages a teenage life na when hormones when bibia so active when level of curiosity bibia wo soro no I say ma ye ni ko mo
okay
enti so we go for o mampini a na sabe na wo abrabo na ye bonankasa anase o man ni titia kasa na ho mti afi we eye efie ntiti ya o papa ana o maame ye me o se mo kwa ni ye na akola enya access to it no mo aja na jeje mu ama akola no enya access to it ade wo fie na se eye dangerous a ye tuma akola mu ade we say na ye they mo wan kira akola no a ono be explore ko nsa ade ni say na say ne na dia asafofo abre ebusua no abre oman no we ayeke hwe asema e dia aba eji ada se ano die yem fanto nchen o mampanyi ni na soefo ni e de yem fanto nchen na enchina ene o se ye hwe ne ye yina yema akirekire because uni programs amunye yina de dia go free to TV sui so BBC a no ma fra yen se yen kan wasem but how about say mo adwe hu radio station kuku do mi na say yen dedicate 30 minutes in a week for security awareness program every day. What I say, BBC and BBC. We need to have programs on major radio and TV stations. Just even 30 minutes security tips. So no past 6 o'clock, up in 6:30. Security tips, 30 minutes, even if it is once a week. Beginning to have more on mining teaching here because of maybe an effective and bamboo owns them.
It will free say Asuchi Ben and confirm map papa way a police for how should they handle this issue?
In the other man at the
okay.
A man you also issue Namrane cano Obekan and say also for Bidiba a car Kumu be a call 2 years that will be free winano. A sharp colano if you are with ye any BBI any remand there was a man on the associated money in a man at the chair. The Yashem Redimans and negligence and also no service of papa no man one cranium may ye. And I'm money, and also Mrano war procedure at the church. And the police will come to us. I am running between me actually pass on.
My emphasis issue is so I call issue back on Mr. Mamma a year Richard Japa read now or coye no ewo sa containers na abaya ko print sika sika say a year bind there na kwabrane atambi de go containers mo it is our TV so am patcho say utie radio so abetuma ahwehwe power 979 FM o Facebook obetuma wo video no Richard Jakpa oye director of operations on
yes special operations
at the national security container mu no gina no na sa container boxes e wo nyina sika na wo mu na da baby e na wo mo e de wo intelligence e koye na chesa kwakwa ti say eye krono de abaso sabute security won sensem de wa ben wo mu ensem say eba yen fran ntoma ben sign na yen sin kano is it not giving Ghana a bad image say Ghana de krono koso bebre e wa ha and as a past government no krono koso a emma Ghana de enye de e wa manfo edwaso.
The fact of the matter is that international community no especially the US the UK any other key foreign diplomat or one mean as intelligence no more be
wow
more intelligence no they know more mudi money se ba ni boni se ma they know se ba no money laundering they know and you know ma said you make so be na be say once say my emma hire 2 months say emma Ghana di money because they know it already. They know the individuals and the key people who are colluding. almost yes I am in the past administration. They know it. And so no another foreign investment and a BB free of my Ghana because as I tell you, they always send intelligence people to their nations. And they pick some of this intelligence. Then some of these issues, you know, and yeah, the almost take that no. And I'm saying something sorry, keep for your customer say the AC, you know, I could say Yankee Hoshi. So he is trying to let people know say, I don't know that's what. As I say, yeah, yes, a cuckoo dam now, what tired in it now. That's for you to me back. Now they also yeah, also yes time, they also yes say, they also ye Biania Magana who say, I didn't know yes so moon. Say next year, Yamagana. So he went to the place to reinforce. Because everyone you know say, yeah, don't say, I was saying, in fact, any people are speculating, saying, oh, mama for Ache, oh, mama, Omedi, oh, mama, in order to allay the fears of Ghanaians, say, I can't want some, I can't want some. In operational matters in terms of security, any year they do that. Now that's what they will yeah, monitor. I track campaign now no na dia no oye kuda no dia dia ni no ya saso ni mu a afeni abeka wasem ye bu wa konta amagana for. That is the reason why the director of special operation on any EV station say call himself mo mehwe and that's why we am fire. But I believe that in doing so no let them say, let people say whatever what they want to say. You don't have to justify yourself since you know say you are doing the right thing. It's at the right time na so saka nipa na let's say wa account to actually Ghana for say containers na yeti ya no dollars apapa e wo mu ye say fake dollars e wo mu ye say gold papa e wo mu ye say fake gold e wo mu ye say Ghana cedi e wo mu ye say na akonta no do bulu kama na mo da ye friend say exhibit e dey prosecute offenders no mo convict wo mu wi a ano de ne sika no be no aban na be kire de this sika no be.
Okay, eti sa issues we nyina ba enkontabuo no de ya na ehia Ghana for because sa nyema we betu sa sika we betu my projects ahodo na ya na ebia na ya state say ebia krono sika na ye de yes our project we ni ade na December was da ben de no ye omokwache wo amasaman no sa ye nte ho hwe o
in America no that is the point. We are mistaking it to be something new. Amasaman de no. They are mistaken to be something new. This is the same issue. The same issue now. It is to reaffirm said the ayeti you know and your own sense only that's all. Any new issue, it is the same issue. Don't let us confuse the issues. And yes, ya chibibu amasama and as I chibibu said baby I wish ya na blikumana baby buko. Akasakasa APC amasama yemu ba yes yembua konta nyama na ya chiesi ya china akosi sen yesi achi sei akosi sen yemu ya chete kwampo se adia no enyampa obi afa. So in order to prove say adia no wo ho ehunsu so no that is why the director of special operation has to go and showcase what is available.
Eti say won mebo Ghana for amane by now.
Of course.
Okay.
Of course. It you know who's the national security for no who's the national security a secretariat.
Yeah.
NIB a national security institution.
Okay.
Friend is police a national security institution.
Okay.
The military a national security institution. The national signal national security we na no mukabu mo mu oguduma ntia ya national security. Sometimes the nomenclature we get it wrong. The secretariat coordinating all this activity.
Okay.
So I think say the CID or even the NIB can give update on some of these issues, not necessarily the director of special operations.
All right. Openi my friends here. Komo no ochena anhwa ya besa frɛ obiom because issues ni dɔso as I say you to me tackle ni nyina nkakra na Ghana for so ehunu ne etue mu. Yada say nyame nkan ho say one ebe kasa ye ne tiefo nyina eda say Abaso Sabute executive director the my platform for peace and security Africa yene ne kɔbɔ nkɔmɔ kakra na otwe awie aban panyim for security for kɔche containers a ye wie sika agum because sika no sanke sika papa anke o bank
yeah yes ye mu bi ye hwɛ nim said the omadi kan chi bi dida bepim ne na obi sa Abbas say adan ga omonka ho hwe mfanche Ghana for ye nwuru ye gya ye we sum mu
but ma ye video no kaka ma yɛn hwɛ video no kaka na mo fa sound ne nka ho na Ghana fo hu
okay
yɛn sound
this one they have not been open yet Bank of Ghana boxes not yet open so then you have to see it look at them they are here these are all Bank of Ghana boxes all Bank of Ghana boxes and this one is investing our money. How did they use Bank of Ghana? We want to get a kingpin himself to be here before we open them. And that's why they place under 24-hour guard. And we are trying to track down the kingpin. So they are just mobilizing media and all those are media, so the bigger network that all of you can think about. Can we go to that side there? We'll see. Okay. Logo on them. Hey, and come and see more of the Bank of Ghana
system no inside one and one of gold any sika just say boxes and Casabresi Bank of Ghana no kwabrane aswai de akwakoguo and a national security for a call hona one more a koya one more kwako bieso no one so mo hwehwe ni wura enu to mo mie boxes no so eti yewra Richard Jakpa na shatale blue na washa ne cowboy for channel eti asem no sa na eti enti omo si ya hwehwe nipa sa containers nya ne dia ye hu na ye mie so eti wei omo ma ne 24/7 guard obi enwurem eti Ghana for hwe
eti Piesie sane ma ye hu nyina na ekoba ne say at the end of the day ye hunu corporate no ye hu omo ma di dwumai ni ye hunu kwanya ye de omo ba fa so a
ye be hu omo
Piesie Ghana for bi ene nje say ye abom man mu no for the past years bi atwam no Piesie ano odin dodo
some ka say MPP for na ye yi omo na nkanka no omo na wo mo hwe niema e sikasem no because omo ya ba bonsama Ghana for bi ntiase this is a clear example say nkrofo no wo mo buy say omo be wia no makum no ma say
it's serious and I was saying this time the reset should impact on some of these things
of course
yes
yes so otina na ya said that tackle
okay
because God am say you tuni fi
first
Samuel Kuje to Ablakwa e dey to just say Ghana for mo kama komantum ye vice president no ho ye pa obeba fie
yes
ti say na man for keka na MPP for no ebi mu adwen as a crazy ne
Piesie da show makacho da no afenyo marking the minority leader in parliament what say one must say that one number ni so so number Ghana for nia
so one number
yes
na vice president yes bonewuto
me say me papa
penny sabi o ye penny me wanyini waburu 20 years now kwakotro say hunu we social media just because of politics
me papa penny me wa send message and yi NDC na etimami so okwa na me say papa Adena wo yes baby a wo fia dui I am talking about almost 70 years so and politics a friend any mami hwe fia what the Piesie last year 2024 all the 16 regions 276 constituencies owura ho nyina ko campaign eti say ne ho dodo no a echi ana say bu na okope ne ho yare asaba Ghana for mami ne ho ye na che bi obeba
but I say NK Obrempo na ten kan say komo ahodo no my emphasize na koso ne for wadwen kire ba ma wo say amanfo de adwenkyerɛ ne ba Facebook no so pa 979 FM Facebook na TVXYZ Ghana emere nso a mekenka ne nyina de amam that's why my commercial break te na yemra yeba enkoma hodro ne nyina to aso wɔ ha se ya yeba beboy ha edwabwase Power FM na Fe TVXYZ yeba sia
Mamina was say enano pay na me fa enchia.
Yefem na kwa me taxi driver na enkane na misisi. Eso misisi ama kame na to na twetwe. Binya 3p garlic misa no. Aboa me pa.
Adunu asa miracle bi wo adunu. Just ma funu kra se di sia twini anka me humi esi so me humi ana esi so. Obeka se dia bibi hye me so bi no. Na ye normal. Mi bi fi na ti no ti pa me sa 3 days ni. Adunu anka se de nyankopon de ayi bi ahodi se ma ye bi. Enya sam ketwa ana se we de me fro aka so na. Me fa nhyɛ me
me de abe for 3 years ni na atemi gina wa me na mu sisinya hye me kwa me de ameko bia mu so much medru da ba 3 years ni o tema dia me ye ma je say na me jai na Saya and come prep. And then 4 days, and I'm a coto, 3 garlic mixture. So I'm a casting and coupon when I'm there, and they have no casting. No one told me, I didn't want to catch it.
3P garlic mixture. When you do a memo pharmaceutical shops and herbal shops, Fred Piwak, 024-89-288-24 and 020-100-002.
High Sense Kitchen Appliances. Imagine in Wayambre. So we have breakfast anopa. Ube here High Sense Juicer, High Sense Toaster. Opesa mixing. Ube here High Sense Blender, Hand Mixer. Oh no more. High Sense Rice Cooker. So open your share. And then you know. High Sense Water Dispenser. Any kettle. Where do you need to Opesa Kanishi? A High Sense Microwave. Opesa Chia the intentum so dear. High Sense air fryer. Now person steamer there. Anyway, High Sense steamer. Use High Sense vacuum cleaner. Who chensi ni musun tempa. High Sense dishwasher. Atadie die betumi ayefe. High Sense iron. About knitting in the kama. Your gas cooker, electric cooker, and the ceramic hobs. Matiti to say, and you boom. Everything 28th March, accompanying 8th April, and your High Sense Kitchen Appliance promo. High Sense acquired 5 years manufacturer defect warranty. High Sense, everyday prices for everyday people.
I don't know yet will be there and will be there from Okrah. I will say, I rebel and a how. Yareba na ya kwankra, we get chinchina wunya anuye. And get to bray, no me come for Lion Age Clinic Ghana and Pharmaceutical. A hankwa and other puma, the baby be grow as so yare, and more young Susan Subania. I will see say, I will for every puma, our Lion Age Clinic Ghana. Doctor, you are door, I will brass senior who Pharmaceutical Okrah, and I show yare for no Emma Botono. I will see say, Uba be puma Hasia. Yes, sir, and now we are ready to say, syphilis. Gonorrhea, candidiasis, the Alipa do not see a friend of White. Yea, Papini, and won't ever have say. I will see a Bema, who was in any more, went to me, why do my any more careful now. Lion Age Clinic, Zebra, not a baby grow, and I will now so say Bema, Mapa. So also so your bar, and that's how I reform, the Babu Yabi, much in our bread, Brabby Piano, our Lion Age Clinic Ghana, now the table first soon, I will fear.
Adofo a mo hwe me mo so fu kofinti abeka kre ne me yare ana me da ho madam fu bi ba me nche me introduce Lion Clinic Ghana man na me tuwa na mo no me koye ne mo hwe me omo mo duro enne me ho atom ti wa ho hwe me a when da so asa me kan fu Lion Clinic Ghana ma so su tuwa na mo bra na bunya wa yare sa.
Assalamu alaikum, na zo nan ga asibiti ne. Amma ciwon da na zo da shi na ga an treat na samu sauki. Bisa duk wanda zai zo musulmi duka ya yi kokari ya zo nan wannan asibitin ga zai samu sauki da saukin kuma kuɗi ba wani caji. Insha Allah da samu sauki.
Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Maxwell Aziz Mensah. I'm the founder and senior doctor of Lion Age Clinic Ghana. Our mission is to provide you with exceptional herbal medicine treatment and holistic healthcare to all our patients. With our team of dedicated staff and innovative treatment, we are here to support you to becoming a healthier you. Thank you for trusting Lion Age Clinic Ghana. Lion Age Clinic Ghana, your #1 healthcare expert.
If I shop, I'm sure you will bag.
Brother, and not so good.
Not only permission to see about Queen Wayne and say,
Bra, said your time about Mister, as your Jimmy fearful, and not the about ever so.
Really, I know this offending now.
Bra, and because I made the time about Mr. Huadansia, we are singing now about Timinka. It is some malaria, where drawn the time about Mister.
And you go, dear, no more to want to meet any deal. What drawn the time about Mister? A great and your mark or bar waffle through. The one mark or down for any aquada when you fear to me, and some of the total about Mr. Drabill. She's a walk hospital and answer lab. I'm what who said, oh, a 3-day malaria be answer.
I also time me a TIME. Time about Mister. I feel malaria fever be than is Ziba a woman. Ever slap.
Ubenya bi ato ewo over the counter medicine sellers.
Any herbal shop to do namu.
FDA aji edwadue nkratoi ato.
Samalako pepe tana ajiwa numa Ekita kradi mi ya wa kumasi a mi mkuri masam Mpemo wasanti Mrogivya besi onyikno Nama wareno Awa unenyo makotombo Onfo biri biarampo Na sumenyi bo wodopia Na makumetra no Ichire me de Onyi makuma na konozina Awa wo nzabia nkwan Na so mo donti meti
28 minutes after 8. Dwaboase Jubadi Enusuni. I found out joining live on TVXYZ and I feel Power 97.9. Any affiliates I would be bra one more crackers. Jubadi Emu. What we are doing, Traba? Papa Youngson there. Show your love. May you so rest in perfect peace. Therefore, you be a mano. Ghana ni abranti unso benye nijia na ejina sikesho wotum what I say no free eti mega cash no istay enya sabketwa ye de braw na mega cash na de say obotu be ye 100,000 Ghana cedis sikada than 1 billion aye de che na obi obisa say ye twa ne sen wo fa phone na network bia use bia obotu metwa bia ma na ye star 426 star 5 hash star 426 star now about 5 now the hash now so take it be a 10 series 80 Easter and I have mega cash Easter sikache de promo no 80 for how don say start the twa bi wate Easter what say amount for kokko for no many bra no and Ashanti regional minister no so more pressure also the Ashanti first ever 80 sika no bottom there Easter obeda demo ti abrante pebi now so for go bottom star 426 star 5 hash Easter na ye grand run network bia obotu be twa binti bobodi ana fe so twa bi wey NL4 enwa omagia to me wo mo characters platform no so mega cash lucky box no win big way ya ben live et ya kai undi 80 years abesra won ka ho nhye kakran so ebata ho also time for back open no ne haxa capsules ne haxa mixture udidi na gina obo to win digest udidi a chance na aduane na digest edro ba kwa hia no obi nso ho ya na ni so chire no afa se na fuye no kudun na besra wo tamara na wanya signs and symptoms say wanya all say aduane to yempe obo se na wuyem wo so awon tanya fasting haxa mixture ene beboa pharmacy shop bi obetime anya bi na so akwa to kai hunu say FDA at the stamp team so say pain say nipa no ma etumi kotia yarewa ya frɛ no ulcer Etienne Okrah ne Potema or Kanshi from Repass Ventures ne Halusina Fe Medina Fonko Cats Pharmacy. You know that. Tema from Little George Eho Okwa Ubenya and running in a beer or Kaswa from Jucat Pharmacy. Press 0240-238-310 0240-238-310 Axa Mr. Edrona no nam Yafruyari Drew Ulcer Ebeko away. Ola Sevia Herbal Clinic se be catch us on Asia Tate we nufu no asa juwa bi wo dwa odo saka nufu na emu ya mesrew menu aba Ola Sevia Herbal Clinic ene betumi aboa wo diabetes bibi atwa nan afa asa enko bibi atwa sa afa asa enko kidney problems sisi yare Ola Sevia Herbal Clinic ene mekan for the ama wo asthma ne epilepsy ni menstrual disorders the crap you got your washaman any access bank and edin share anymore Ola Sevia Herbal Clinic only God can heal you. Your money near 05766566658 0576656 56658 and answer 0200623038. I say Dinia Hola Savior Herbal Clinic one more other Roma and one more Krejumadi Mohammed Ebromidi Piesie Okrah over to my friend honorable without constituency. Yamana Dachi who here eti anopei my young Kodan Kodrin and Manaho Obiana Quaco to no Yadrian man who debian and Kaye Trentroma Kawe into me see ba enye late young college stock educational consult na young Kodrin and Mano and so and Hokakra Yabasisia.
Mean sure biara na mensanso mo na kwaba from them segmenti dem wonyim no odu joda anapa biara na okuda anapa biara ya bra one a segment of educational time bomb dem yenyim no yes we are sitting on a time bomb enti yempada de made ne besi enti yezenyamo bogu akwemu mom na wa boy hen nyina fitim from the parents teachers school owners obi biara we are interested in helping a child learn and become educated in future any area. And I pay. I'm busy. Them Jumezi kakari no ho chame. Or from a dietess ampofo. AKA Madam Time Bomb. Let's talk educational consultant. Was it them Jumezi? Was it bro? Necessary one nature konam. Or Teshinungwa Estate. Or Ben Lejokuku Municipal Assembly on the Mango Street. In Tajina Municipal Assembly in Enyuma, about my friend, they are director from there. The master about my friend or I send you a text message, a be saying question that will be able to contribute to the Jumeza areas in able to Mazaka home on 0249 069821 0249 069821. The master in social media handles as in Adibiara Biarano, Yazutuho. Amekwa akwako ho. Your Facebook, your Instagram, and your LinkedIn. Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. The name is Let's Talk Educational Consult. Sure. Sa eba programs are run 1 year and mommy for hand services and to go first. Yan services no include consultancy. Yeah, assist the parents, teachers, trainers, obia opede, otse, more pharmacy with education. Ebia, afababri have a challenge with education. We assist. You use komo ye checho miss member for who school unkoye. The numbers you are looking out for is not coming in. Abaza papa penetration, school branding, yeah, the many now will give you the consultation on all these issues. The Muslim year were preschool for 0 to 6 years. But at the moment next time you're beji 14 months to 3 years. 14 months to 3 years. And a year church-based development program. Aside them programs, see, you'll be offering after school program. After school program. Now, after school program, no, I tell you practical life activities. Everything concerning your child's practical life. Make a practical life, but the nabra boom. Into we have something for care of self. One kasa ebe sorry na pa ebe take your bath. Ebe wherever brush your teeth. Wherever ye breakfast. Wherever set to breakfast and everything. You will care of environment. On said it towards the touching. On said it environment. It needs to be clean for you so that a healthy life. The more so and a war culture and history. Oh here papa. Yet to nyamo bebrego. And paying for the sanko for winter. And to know, let's learn our culture, let's learn our history, let our kids get to know exactly what we are, who we are, and what we do. Now you see, I'm an amanoso ones and so. Osan, this we live in a global village. Into Mankade, a BFM. Into Mankade, Mitre, Yinamzia, Babesha Hodabi, Inina, Yabum Azakor, and your language and presentation skills. We see our presentation skills, language, communication are very, very important. We need it. Osanda someone miss my bakanan and you pan for serious. Another or often there is algo. Another you are really hitting on an issue. Into communication. Even the sound that you use. Miss Mebe raise utona kosreza bafum. Ninina okahu language when it comes to the English language. Now this is a communication basic language for us universal no. Yentre umafami no one who the most near Lego Mart and fun learning. Lego Mart and fun learning, and your creativity activities, and your first aid training. Yes, on here, that for being your first aid training. Up a Saturday programs and so. As it is, tradition still goes on. Your LTC Entrepreneurship Academy, the Marathon your personality development program, and your creativity and exploration. Your reading and writing clinic, and your IT training. say your personality development is more about building ourselves. Say if I'm building a home for them personality development and can relating with you on radio no obey issue because cousin and Indian maybe or cousin maybe be crossing ne so ye before some miss mo bekan wo no I'm Bobaka I've been to you Casacra about some no okay oh mommy change me down into baby it's all about grooming, building yourself and all that. Now in a reading through and researching you find out that in 1999 a Salter research in USA Zabade 13% of adults had a mental problem at work due to anxiety disorder. Why? Because personality wise some people were looking down on themselves, will feel it they won't fit in, will feel it they are always afraid of something happening at work. Are they keeping me in there? That is it. The Maharsuna, they found out that 22% of them lost their job to anger. Ebufu. And them sessioning, I know somebody 2 years ago, our own Lucy Nejuma because of anger, who was a manager of a whole institution. Ne anger keke, more signing a contractor, it gave almost 40% of the company away to somebody. Until they sat down to analyze, and the only excuse was there. He thinks on that day he recalls something happened at work and all that, so he was angry into when read through files in our brain. And so that portion now, or stated them and a them in the one share and or signing keke. This is what we are talking about. Ejuma why you know? Just imagine the ejuma unemployment be 72 million people across the globe. And the 1 year juma ye na enye juma na because of personality development into me I just want to know you go lose the job to either anger or chere nyaman kitin obama atete into me let's avoid that. You avoid the anger, you avoid the hostility attitude, you avoid the poor performance na yentum yenko hinenyim. Now to do that we need to groom the kids from 6 to 18 years the American amawawa fabanensano. Now we're implementing abra we school no all pagema. Shem the effect of this anger, this hostility, this anxiety and everything on my into men building wholly with this personality development we are talking about. The effects are in 5 stages. The first stage, it affects your physical being. Either there be your own because obi anyu always need you more work number 1 and celebrate unless you know there is another job somewhere you are getting. Obobo yerba all of a sudden the headaches the second stage is the social stage where you start blaming others on yankofuna wayo or your warawusu and a woban knows wako knows waba intim painful say I want feels obokwa but usuban is obaba the mouse not to wage mum one feels oboko who first class is oboko why is oboko but personally then how are you groomed and all that. The most up on the third stage now, your cerebral stage where obite jumima always watching the clock to see the clock and taking time. Could do a jumima could do a jumima 8 o'clock and I tell you walk or break or start or count the clock down. Or share when is lunch coming to the lunch bar patch a day work us a few hours more up in juma. Them stage we call it cerebral stage. Also, the water at in the short time into make indecisive decisions. That's right. Our man they make a mistake. People be out there because I repent them. A human come abre. What personality chere? What time when you've done on yourself at it into yes. In order for you, your word at home, or onion, or you go school. That at the end of everything, these are the things you need. Positive attitude 1. You need confidence building, you need planning, you need time management, you need anger management. You need to put yourself in a place where you can say that but I need to work with this. The manager and HR okita them qualities working with them is so nice and so lovely. Sometimes I am the Mugabe num and Hinabanum will praise Mr. Benye.
That's right.
And so that is how it comes. It's a personality development. You build it. And so yes, with this vacation program, we are looking at this. The marathon will attach a little bit of entrepreneurship to it. Adding entrepreneurship to personality, you won't get it anywhere. Now, yesterday, you probably will lose when the unemployment rate around 1 hour Burkina Faso, we engineers, as is our bike boys, 1 hour North Africa, where we school kita graduate certificate, first class, second class, apa, where you subject of Uber and all that. Ejumani in your into yes, Mawubano Ombusia within this period. So what I'm saying is that as teaching them entrepreneurship skills, may I bring it a one who an entrepreneur is, what they do, their types, financial literacy, getting to understand money and all that, business development, business planning, negotiation skills, and public speaking. The main and that boom here the Madi. Until you can call us, send us a text message, another can leave a message on Facebook and Instagram. Friend was 0249 069821 0249 069821. Ye water Shinungwa Estate. Ye Benle Jokuku Municipal Assembly. And come on, many ways in now. Maybe go to Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn for you to have a look at it. Share the page, like the page, let others know. Or send the Ghana ni Ghana ni future ni kanko internet now. Min chill be our Let's Talk educational consult. Be a medasi.
I was your mama kwabio let's talk educational consult na yako na yakwa boko boy say ya man that no yakwa ko hu se na city yeah about the day that's yako haxa for so medical culture so also na tamfo bakopa ne haxa mama papa minua be ma minua ba also ye yare boni we ebetumi aye wo na wadwe cry o se bayfo na ye o chairman mama wakwa aba na
mpacha mejos
bibia boko de na haxa so ye te say eduro na ho ofe o
ho ofe papa
o ye nipa nka te Linda Linda Magite
me de nka nka Belinda ne nka me to ne Belinda ko ye nipa
Belinda da be da ka to ne Belinda o me say ko ye nipa nka te Linda
okay
nka me client service
oh nice
and as a Mariam Bisano
okay
fire to na chire mu Ghana for person mo tia say haxa no dwuma ko edie kwan be so na e fa so enom no
bacha me da say me fa sa kwanya sa che watie fo nyina
ya jo
haxa capsules and mixture edro wan so idea badwama so also edro se na otwe bia no e ba e be ka ho asem apomeden ya de ho hia ya kan education de na ho be hia so do ba be ko school na akura na nyane media no na wo hwe wapomeden so ye se apomeden wunya wia ebetumi amwaye de ese wo ye bia because apomeden ni honom ha aya na eden se de ese wo ye we ne pedua no obetumi aye enti ho be hia se wo so behwe no wapomeden no etumi agina ye
yes
ede ye kan ye hwe se environment na ni because also ya ebe kan ho asemi kwan a efa so bi di ba no ba ko environment ni because of say emwo ye free mu H pylori
eno so ne den
eno no ye emwo wa yenye free environment mete say bia na e wadi na nsu awanom
okay
and ade bi odi ko ni pedua no no say aye contaminated ya eno no ekofa sa amwo wa na de betena wo yefunu no mo
sa nti anya fasting say bia wundidi ntem enye no
ne mum say wanya osa na wie dia fasting ne dia o ya obebre and dia ya na enye
okay
bra wanya wie no ne mum ya betumi so aka say ne your risk factors
okay
no so betumi aka ho bi
okay
ne mum enye the main causes
okay
and the main causes on A2 and medical aka ba ko H pylori no
okay
aya mo na e de ba no and there was certain painkillers bi so ho so a and say your normal and so tumi ko fa wo sa na ba sentini say as a yefunu mo no yefre bi amama na mucus sani american atifo beti ase na amama
okay
de bo yefunu no ho ban yefre bi prostaglandin eno no ye humans wa eboa release mucus no that's amama no the bra won no painkillers no certain painkillers in the certain painkillers bi won no so onom cha esi sa prostaglandin ho kwan say betumi amama no aye bebre ɛwɔ yɛfunu no mu a ɛbɛtumi abɔ yɛfunu no ho ban sɛ mbɛma wɔ acid no acid no yɛ deɛ ɛnyɛma aduane wɔ yɛfunu mu no ɛmbɛyɛ bebree wɔ yɛfunu no mu abasa na afei ɛde wɔ ha aba nti bra acid no aba bɛyɛ bebree wɔ yɛfunu no mu no na afei ɛde kuro ɛna ɛba ekuro na ɛyɛ ulcer na ɛde ba no
okay
ɛna mmoawa no so sɛ na meka ne ɛne yɛnyɛ free environment opidification asɛ nkɔfo gya ɔmo na abasa nsu ahyɛ ase yɛtotɔtotɔ yi nti environment a yɛnni nini ɛna mmoa no nya ahoɔden tenam nti ade bi ɛfɛ no fikoora yɛka fikoora ɛkyerɛ sɛ ɛyɛ sɛbio w'anim a mu
fikoora
ɛkyerɛ sɛ wadi obi agya nana so ama obi dwon so
okay
na ɛno no ɛyɛ ana yɛ yare ahodoɔ na ɛtumi ɛyɛ ɛba
ebi yɛ cholera
madase H. pylori na yɛ ulcer no ebi yɛ cholera sɛ na wɔde kan sɛ ɛna ebi nso so yɛ typhoid ɛde saa nneɛma ahodoɔ nyinaa na yɛnya firi contaminated food ɛde sɛ ɛba saa na yɛfrɛ bi enteric fever nti saa enteric fever no ɛyɛ baabi a wɔn so no nom nneɛma ne ade no ɛna yɛ amoa no bɛtena then na saa fever na sɛ saa symptoms ahodoɔ yɛbɛka ho asɛm yi ahyɛ ase sɛ ɛda adi ɛwɔ nipadua mu ɛno nti na ade bia yɛtufo sɛ ɛbɛyɛ a hwɛ sɛ ɔbɛbɔ environment ne yɛ wokɔ agyanan so na sɛ wobɔ ahohoro wɔn nsa ansa na wadidi saa nso na hohoro wɔn nsa ansa na wadidi saa nso na ɛho bɛhia sɛ biribi a wode bɛkɔ nipadua no sɛ bi mpo wommɛn baabi a nsuo wɔ a hwɛ sɛ wowɔ sanitizer wode bɛfa wɔn nsa kakra ansa na wadi aduane no because te sɛ covid time no yɛhu sɛ nneɛma bebree kɔɔ fam cholera yɛka ho asɛm ɛkɔɔ fam paa typhoid so kɔɔ fam ɛnam sɛ na yɛtumi hohoro yɛn nsa yie na yɛtumi yɛdi yɛn ho ne yie no nti no ɛtumi ɛkɔɔ fam na ne nyinaa akyi no sɛ yɛyɛ kaa kɔsi sɛ ɛnam sɛ yɛn environment deɛ sɛ ne yɛbibifoɔ yɛayɛ sɛ yɛmpɛ sɛ yɛbɛdi environment ne yɛtoto borders gu baabi basabasa afei opidification gya yɛn nan afei yɛyɛ nneɛma basabasa ɛsɛ environment no nti no sɛ yɛareɛ no deɛ ɛnyɛ baawie a ayɛ ulcer na ɛnyɛ baawie a wadura wo hia haxa capsules
okay
haxa mixture
na wobɛyɛ den koraa na wohu sɛ wanya ulcer yɛmfa ne sɛ mewɔ ulcer but ɛdeɛn na bɛma mahu sɛ bia mewɔ ulcer na bia ɛnɛ hospital no kɔ no amanfoɔ complain but weyɛ wobɛtumi anya aduru a ɛbɛma ho atɔ a nka yɛ kama nti ɛsɛ yɛhu symptoms ne first ansa na yɛ moving on
bachamadaase nti deɛ yɛbɛmu wahu sɛ wowɔ ulcer no bi ɛyɛ bra uyafunu mu no mframa ejina woyam uyafunu na yɛ kapu udi aiza umfili sɛ komedo uri bia unya atenka sɛ wame mi wan so unhye dani aduane bia umfili sa kwa the comfort no within the system na sɛ yafunu no mu afei nso aya na obofono bra wadidi awie na sɛ aduane gyegyina obo afei obo anu ankasa ɛhyehyew ɛde omo amhwɛ mu TV so no tokuro na ɛda obo se no aya na ɛhɔ no ɛyɛ wo ya ɛkwa bisi wachi ni sei u Philippines ni wo wachi pa wo a unya accident bia enka se wachi ka se abu ana se bibi na ama u Philippines ni wo wachi ni mo of the side no hu se u Philippines ni wo bone sa afi wachi ka se na ankasa nso no eye wo ya edi so hu sa symptoms ya na obi won so ni ti half ankasa e pai no so hu sa symptoms ahodo e kire se wo de no ebe ulcer no bi na ɛyɛ deɛ sɛ ya ka symptoms ho asɛm ɛyɛ na sɛ na medical care enteric fever no ɛyɛ na ɛwɔ symptoms a ɛbɛn nti deɛ yɛbɛyɛ a ɛde bɛhu sɛ wo deɛ no yɛ ulcer ɛno bi no ɛyɛ sɛ bra obi akɔ hospital na yɛ lab test ama ɛndi yɛhu sɛ yɛhwɛ no mogya no mu no yɛhu sɛ mmoa no bi wɔ H. pylori no bi wɔm anaasɛ yɛyɛ no endoscopy bi yɛde ahoma bi na ahyɛ n'anum ama yɛhu sɛ ulcer anaasɛ yɛteki ne stool kakra sɛ bio ɛti na gyanan kakra ɛna yɛde ɛhu sɛ ulcer no bi wɔ mu a wadura wo hia na haxa capsules haxa mixture ebone mrane ulcer tamfo ene ye adura obehia wonoma ebetumi ama ho atɔ ede sɛ ne medical kan wo symptoms no ye dia mframa egina wiem obo ano no ankasa ehyehyew afi awudidi bia aduane gyegina obo enam so ama ya na obo fono afi wo yefunu no mu ankasa ye wo ya obi de te ya wa ankasa sɛ ne ya wo na ɔte na no ɔde ekom de na ɔte ya afi sɛ aduane so tɔ yefunu mu so ɔte ebia na ne de ne peptic ulcer anase esophageal ulcer ana obi tu se de gastric ulcer sa ulcer sa hodo we nyina no se nya ba yawo na obete na hawa bokum na no ɔde ɛno nti na obehia haxa capsules haxa mixture it is a medical boss symptoms so say wo de no so unya symptoms ahodo we nyina wadura obehia na haxa capsules haxa mixture yɛbɔ mrane ulcer tamfo de bra me no ka say bia na obi tika mu na opese ogie numbers na ofre ana ba bia ogina no ohia numbers na ofre na akọ pharmacy bia na ne ba shop bia adre wo benya bi na wonya bi anom ye delivery so ko ba bia Ghana ha bia open dodo to aton so numbers we are na be free 0240 238310 0240 238310 and answer 0203 822 855 0203 822 855 numbers we need you mind to dear friend baby a wo bia no ofra ye de adre bi bebro am waje bia no na so ko ni herbal shop bia organa bia so adre ubenya bia to ho no ma onoma ebetumi abo we abrochirefo nyina so so ope bia to a ye delivery e de ba ma so so unya bi enom etumi ama unya apomden sonko enti se wo sentem so no wo yefunu mo e kapu mframa gina wo yem na nkasa ye wo ya unya sa stomach pains no afi wachi ebremo no eye wo ya nkasa obo ano no ehyehyew afi bra wadidi awi na aduane ni gina obo a wadura wo hia na Haxa capsules Haxa mesha e bona mrane osatamfo no eno ne betumi abo ama wanya apomde na boss woni say ye kan stress say obi go through stress adwendwene da no so no e betumi ne risk factors ne bi no e betumi aba so betumi anya osa
adentia
senti ne say your certain hormones e friend cortisol eno no ye dia e release bra wo stress bibre woni padua ne mo no e basa na
hormones ni din hu
bani cortisol
yo eno den
it send your medical account e release ana e mo immune system ye weak and asan ma kan e mo no so bani padua ne mo a immune system ye weak and afi omunya kwan e manifest and so release more toxins enti abasa enam so immune system na ye weak ni ntina e ma mo woni nya ahoden so nko e de padua ne mo ntina de bi etufo say men stress ho bebre and afi alcohol excessive intake of alcohol onko for mo nom nsa ankasa ni obia bi di adance so wa nom nsa ma wanya osa ana say bra o smoking we ne sa anema ahodo ene nubone ahodo a ekoso mabuno ede bi ho ahyemo unim red and those kind of things and sa anema na ahodo ne bia no so we ya aya na ede wo haw ebre ni peduan titiro ne sani aye kan say risk factors ne bia etumi de osa na ba no sa anema ho nyina etumi ede ba enti sa ni nyina echi no so wodi wanya wi a wadura wihia ebetumi aboa wo
ebetumi amanako
kra
sa
pepe
na obi a onya bi nso ebetumi anum
dia bi enya vaccine na waka se wo nom dia bon ho ban atwen ne mum dia eya ne se wonya bi awie dia aduro ebetumi age wo ase aduro no obi wo ho no ma ode aduro ba o se aduro no esa yare be de ho ne dia ni deda bi osape enti na wotumi hu se na ho ode no wo soro because enza yare bebre
ba mo PM no mo se bia obi jana na no hu moja wo ma no so ye
ase eno symptoms ni bi wo ho sa enam se normally no ya na complications no also no complications no ebi no etimi ukose perforation is mo na America ho asem no etimi bono ntokro wo so no mo enti akoba sa na etimi ma uja onan na hu moja obi wo ko anum koko aduro bia wa sa azun style hu moja no also no na eye ne sa enti ne hu be hia so be nya Haxa capsules ene mixture no na etimi ama ne ho atone enti numbers no the on front numbers no
ene o TV ne so no ba bo na radio for
0240 2383 0240 238310 and answer 0203 822 855 0203 822 855 into friend numbers you obenya ena
okay it's medical can pharmacy shops kaswa from Boko Jukat pharmacy Madina for cat and afi oka hia edro bi wo ho bebre nti pharmacy bia bomba distribution and content tem se ne be ya me krom for tamale for nso ombetumi anya bi na wonom nso atumi ato ebusuafo aye Dwaboase power 97.9 FM and TVXYZ Haxa for common na yekodi ye hwe se ensabeka deputy trade minister honorable Samson ahi wono ana emra sebedweni de ma manfo mo bodi ye hwe se ensabeka no ene na atwetwe nkomo amanfo bebre bisa questions bebre e de fa enema ekoso se President Donald Trump America man penyin say wo boana mabonu kro ho ban ti wode tariffs atoto oman bia so enti niema ye kra free Ghana hade ko amanone te say niema ye di free ha ko amanone niema ye di free ko US wose wode 10% tax e de atoso na ye pese ye ni honorable Samson ahi enso etwetwe enkomo e de fa ho na ya bisa ni say uhwe ni ministry na ye de agri business bia aba ka ho na amanfo do tomatoes papa kwan ya fa so edo no international standard amanfo ebe de niam bebre ebe ko amanone ebi di bayire ko US wohu eti se sie ya eba ne sa no na se agri business no ye ne sen na ado so ye nsema ye wo ho na no pen komo ye di kan die ebi ne akwala okotutuo ewo ye Adventist Senior High School police force o mo hwehwe mu netuo ne kan no a police for amayate asese eye kakra ya sa bon komo dia fa Ridge Hospital ne hospitals ahodo a aban machines sei ewo laboratories ahodo a no man you mani no money private laboratories ne private scan companies akwa kodi nkomo nti wo ba na yare anan asoma wo se koho na aban de ne de da ho na pro na doctor Jiska gu ni botom amafo bebre raise issues e de afa ho Walanyo Boso say that hospital or the regional or say that hospital the doctors and all the workers even don't know their work. I hate that hospital so much. And obi so de ne de aba say interbetin Cape Coast or say sanema no e koso ho pa me pa chaw mon send a message na mo my specific details na yentumi enhunu interbetin Cape Coast obi so say all the district hospitals e wo kroma nyina kra sanema no e koso e wo ho a doctor for ne a nurse for no wo mu ani tua pa nanso aban machines no wo mo nkonkoye for adwen chira by live on Facebook Power 979 FM my entwetwe nkomotew na fei ene ye nkomodie no galamsey ni nsama hodo a ekoso wo kroma yewura intim fodwo wo se plain bi di cocaine aba kroma for evidence bra fei wo dwane o ye reverend no a o ye mra se bedwani yanko truth wet na yanko bon komo ewo ho minu abe makwa ba
ye boda sebre
bibia boko
nyame adom
mo truth wet nso ekosen adwuma ekoye
nyame adom ye go adwuma so ye sumo my Ghana
boy yanko ye
all right Mamifa enchasonko every True Worth Pharmaceutical Company Limited ema yetifo ni yahwefo a monhwe yen sabre na mutie yen ye kase True Worth Pharmaceutical Company Limited mama eye Indian company kesi a yaso ye no ewo India na ye no ebi wo wiase afana nyina ebi abedu Ghana hanom ama Food and Drugs Authority aye hwehwemu ade afa ye no ho agye atomu se enu no eye papa enti Ghana fo nom na wo monfansa wo mo ho yare eneyi enu no adoso odwaman so sikasem so ho ayedin into wood to a drawer, no what to a drawer, a ye papa will be no ma, a bit too yare na say once and for all. In where ye dear bedra my son a dawson, a sign a brain tino, a befaka crabby and timia more yare soa, na a nonche say you knew yare a drew a honum, Osha and Sabi and I would tea no, ye numbers no egu screen so ubi to me afa, a bra ye gusua ye do a pum de hon encomo, a drawer edi kanya make a safa hon and ne anopain, a True Worth Vision Capsules. True Worth Vision Capsules mama True Worth Vision Capsules no eye eni hu adwuma na ye kase True Worth Vision Capsules a mama nipadua na akwa no ye nkania eni ye ni enti se woni hu tochima na edi o haw kase pa e na abrawo entwan ema woni no emfra ensunsunso bi a wahya ase ehu ewu wani kosua no ho no eduro ba akwa ebeboa wo na eye Indian fo do papa ebo adwuma eye True Worth Vision Capsules me pa cha wako hospital na doctor kato se wonya glaucoma ana pressure bo wani no so a eduro ebeboa wo eye True Worth Vision Capsules obi a wani no eso ye ohene epru nsuo na wo pesa wonu nura enko obi wo ho a ade ben na wo hunu anase ade wo akiri a wo hunu mepacho obi wo na woda sori anopa na yese entintan wo wani so no wo ho na wani no eso ayo wisi obi nso wo a ade sa na esuma duro no kra wo hunu ade mepacho uyo obi a wo sa oha wo nyina eduro ba ko a ebeboa wo eye True Worth Vision Capsules na obi a etesi wani so etanisi ani so a esha ase ketekete na ebo ye nkaye wontu anamo a eba be kata woni kosua lens ni nyina so e kata ni kosua lens no so a automatically ne tie ni se enya ade obetimi hunu ade biem amana yeye entu yo obi a etesi woni so anase wo aniyare bia edura ebeboa wo eye True Worth Vision Capsules bomodin a na pe edure bi to na wo maame anana na bi wo ho a aging enyini nti ama nani ho den eba foma me pacho bomodin a na pe True Worth Vision Capsules ni bi na fama no enu achi ye wo eduro ba ko ho a eye papa ebo adwuma ye friend Nerve Alive no eye intinimu adwuma obi beka se me den no mahunu se manya intinimu yare me pacho unya intinimu yare na ema una eye otititi unsem eye otititi me pacho ewo hono ma na yese ade ewuwo namu anase uso ade mu a ade a enyunu anase ade a ehye a wonti feelings biya se waso ade a ehye anase ade a enwunu mu mepacho wonya entinimu yare a woye bema etumi ma woye mre ewo kete so entu ye obi a wohunu sansunsanso we nyina na ebonka yese wonya entinimu yare na eno no edura ebeboa wo eye nerve alive no nerve alive mepacho eye entinimu yare eduro tatashe na eno achi ye wo joint fortis wo hono ma eno so ye adwuma ewo ye nompem ene yaposo mepacho wutie me enano pai na ukotodwe emu ye oya emu tutu oje nwa enye wo sisi yare a emu eden waposo nyina hunam tutu wo so mepacho wedru eye joint fortis ya eno ena ebeboa wo mepacho na meni footballer player ba ko edi nkomo wo se doctor me obi a me bobo na manya problem ewo menamu masenya opportunity ewo amanone a ewo se meko nanso menana emma me kwan emma me ntimi ntu kwan ena me recommend joint fortis edema no eneyi ni problem a owo ewo ne namu ni kotodwomu nyina no problem no ko ama kwanya kase bia mana wotu kwan na wakwa bobo wo ya kokra wo ya brewa me pacho enumpemu yare any problem a wo ewo joint nyina no wedru eye joint fortis bomodia na pebito na ebebo papa afi yenuanu mu mema ya moye mre ewo kete so wo ye bema na wo ye mre wo kete so a enkonum ya no mu nure bia ebema ho ye hihyehi na utiri nso epai wo edua ebebo wo eye male fortis no eye emema do tatahwea ebo adwuma ede boa emema sebi o maye mre ewo kete so unuma ekoye adwuma wo nipaduanum siesie ubema ni atochima ni akofa nemu mreye ede abani nyina na esanso ma blood moja epompe ko ubema num enti so ubema no afon ya ketekete kra esanso ema mu yedu ema ahoden so ebom abribi a wo pese okọ odofo nchen no enye afi ena wo kọ akọpa aduanom ansa na watumi ne nada onom me fortis na esiesi ubema abribi a utumi gina onaso tatahwe we eye India fo adru eye India hama ena yakeka bom ede ayeye nre nyina any side effect bia me pacho o my Ghana ni ntokro ni ntwe aso ba bia yato eno no ede apete honom na mum se wo hwe yen wo TV so a number no e wo screen no so ana se utie yen e wo radio nso so a wo be fa number no na oni ye di nkomo 0558 724 302 0558 724 302 0558 724 302 0558 724 302 and a 059 558 2628 059 558 2628 059 558 2628 Ghana fana tokro bia ma wo she leading pharmacy herbal shops and drugstores a ewo omega na mudie ubenya true worth ye Indian fo no ni bi ato na mumba bia wo a wote ye nka bia wo pese ohunu pharmacy kra na drugstore kra ubenya edro ni bi ato abomodian na fa number no sisi ya ofra doctors ni nurses a ye crowd a problem bia eha wo no enu no edoso esan edrenti yentumi muboni nyina so ye wo koko die e wo honom ye wo sabio muamonya enemu ya reguno ene kekaye ye wo muno muamonya mujabroso hypertension muamonya diabetes ni nyina ye wo eno wo muamonya stroke ni nyina ye wo muno e wo honom a unye binuma ebebo ema mo pa wo titu na wo hwa ye dia mamo ema sabio ensufi egumu mu menses ema ye eba mutipin me pacho ye wo lady fort wo honoma eno so ye ema do tatahwe ni nyina eye India fo adru entini ene yi bomodi a na fra number no aba ye de enkomo eba awiyi number no eye 0558 724 302 0558 724 302 0558 724 302 and a 059 558 2628 059 558 2628 Mr. Mumu amuwa any problem no muji true what vision capsules na eya monkai na monje stem cell yadru na eye powder no monje bi enka na motimi anya mo healing na tempa
yada se no pay free true what buy na on ya baba bon komo yada se pa etiefo anya number ni nyina Dwaboase jumedie ewo TVXYZ power 97.9 yeguso ya baba bon komo na ene komo ya baba bono efa o my Ghana ho ba my enko presidency sesie mampanyina tan BBC wo ho wisdom edejo me na ya mane boni efo akwaba
Mejo Sophie.
Bibi aboko.
Adam bibi adedi.
Mate say yesi mampanyina esesa ne gat ho nsem te sen.
You will say every quarter since 2013, we have Ghana SRTF the change of guard ceremony under the leadership of John Mahama, then president. And at 2013, Omo institute the change of guard ceremony for Ghana. But before that, Ghana has a colony of the British government. No?
Okay.
Now that British government and a change of guard ceremony. So during the time of Queen Elizabeth in 1837, and was a movie James Palace about the Buckingham Palace. No? And the change of guard ceremony. What it meant was
okay.
As for now, we bought a year presidency buying James Palace even before I buy the Buckingham Palace. Now, so far now we bought buying. I got now every 3 months in the 3 months. Now, now my different people so now I'm also about the boy catch the security. The same year, also to see the number of things there. It's not about chair in Indiano and Colony, and I say it becomes ill. So what is the other Boana will be any other kind of experience in terms of protection around the first gentleman and after the first lady of the land, which is in our case the first gentleman of the land, it's the presidency as an institution. In 2013, and I told the Mahama then president, so the change of that ceremony. Now you will say, share every 3 months, no. Look at the Navy and in charge of security in terms of the Navy and in charge of the presidency. Yeah, okay. For the last 3 months, no, the change of a ceremony. Now, the Air Force affairs of security.
All right, eti sabeto kaya na Ghana Navy na ebo mampanyina tena ye no ho ban ne mampanyin ho ban wa bra wo hyase eno na sesia no ye de bambo na ekwa koma Ghana Air Force for anambwa
Ghana Air Force for
okay
it is always led by a captain and a lieutenant of a rank that meaning a lieutenant or a captain of the military into Omu and a bebo a buying from now to the next 3 months. What happens is that you see an Omu parade, the old guard, which is the Navy, and the new guard, which is the Air Force. Omu now the Omu reports able to as to what the issues have been over the last 3 months. Omu about the president Obino. And then we are the president to now take the salute, no about the inspector, the guard, and Sana near Ohono, at the association. So basically, is ceremonial, a year after, change the face of security.
Okay. All right. It's wisdom. Yamsha anymore says, Sir, Jumedia with our ceremony way. A bad pair, quack up in bedtime.
Oh, ordinarily, a very, very, very short ceremony. Report, and I will take him after no. We expect the president already seated. President is already seated. The president, all the salute there is to take now. Now, the old guard, basically, the new guard, the Ghana Air Force, basically, over. They will now take position. And which, the president, basically, their friend was the departure salute. salute Nivea. Then I don't know if you know presidency very well. What share the focus of presidency now? Jubilee House.
Wisdom, Jiraye, as a Enframana Wadenum.
Presidency, the act, no, but they are for president, no, the DPC, no, and the GDM and the ICC, okay. About inspect that, no, once omit the key position, we are, they will come and salute them, and then they will just march off the parade. So roughly, it shouldn't be last even up an hour. It's just a very short.
Okay. Mate wisdom, yeah, that's it's wisdom at Jomeboa a free presidency, or no, and I would say what they report a free Flagstaff House, and I Jubilee House, every Jubilee House, so on your screen, who was a chief of staff, interior minister Muntaka Mohammed, and so I can actually say, Sajumedino Air Coswo. Say I ready enough feed, and I ready then. Mama and Fana Ghana for so into me share Senesi Coswo, but salute no na Air Coswo. I think say, Yaba Coswo na fe, Yashe, and I get funny now. Say a man soon as a man penny air barber Casana say or barber teki ne depart say or beje ne departure saluta na afe yatumi afa na etifo so ne ahefo so atumi ahu ne ekoso say the wisdom kind no to travel beyond 1 hour a short ceremonial yen so ye wo ha ye hwe say ye betumi abo adwuma ye wo ha nsam bebre na wo ha ye betumi enso enemu aka ho asem na manya me guest wa hasen na answer na yebekọ enkomototwen no so no yenhwe na yenko edwaso kakra. Let's talk educational consultations cultural say wo ban drache ade hu hia pa eti sene madam time bomb bebe chirechire mu no adaroma na watumi ate assess 12 months and I educo school station ngwa mango street no so na obe hu no but Moses clinic and herbal center say exciting news ni say 31 years ni ayebo adwuma e dey asa amanfo yare no ya de ye guso ayebo adwuma dikadikadika te say konkomafo agyan ye ni adaje kra eti yare bia ha obi abrabe piemo e wo Moses ayare hwe bia na afei yenko sen ho yare pese wo moja no ede fusani ye obi ho da ntumi nda obi ho se ne ho hyehye no cholesterol kosoro nti enwani bi wo ntumi ndi bra Moses ho obetima bo ade ede ne say the garlic capsules bia Barcelona cinnamon ewoma ebo adwuma wonum bia moja be de fusani ye obetima da kama obetima didigi kama hypertension stroke STIs adaroma yesa dental clinic yani eye Adenta police station and edin hwanimu ewon crime woko eje kojo a yene school for the deaf and edin hwanimu eti wa wotema eje kojo sakomono ene nimpotem eho ene semokonam koja yarehwe wo akra adabraka osu ene ne keka ho a wo beko yasoe na ewo eye ministries no AESL building num ewo Ghana Highway Authority ye yard mu ho a kumasefo mesremo ye wa henema kokoben and over to my friend 0244 068 447 0244 068 447 for 31 good years yede ayareshe abre Ghana for amanfo nso ho atom pa mega cash no so ho me de maka bema se wani beje a ubotom so beko yie nso a enene ye mega cash nti tutumirika na fafo ne sesia ne twa star 426 star 5 hash mega cash madika ka ho asem dada e de a kire obetumi adi sika bebre ebi mutumi di 50,000 ne ekeka ka ho eti wo fie ana wo traffic mu ukwa fom na wotie me afa phone no network bia o yusu bia obetumi akọ na wafa na wa dial star 426 star hash star 5 hash okay any star 426 star na wa bo 5 e de aka ho na eno nso no watumi adi bi utwa ubedi nyanya ni hiane se ubetwa na wonso watumi adi Solak Natural Clinic yanom yakase doctor bisa yare bi nsofoma doctor Solomon Apia Kubi wo Solak Natural Clinic wo University trained doctor wo de bibiduro ene san yare hepatitis B na etete wo kidney issues wadaroma ye woduro wo ho a ebo manage ama wankasa ho ato insaktraye beba o widiem no wo kra mpo no ebeye nwanwan efri se doctor eye research eko eye ehabando mu ansa na ode duro bi aba eno ati wuntume nwo na afew na asa tata insomnia na how prostate issues ni nyina ye woduro ho wo ba ye clinic ho a ye won fidi ho ye de hwo obedie nom ansa na ye de adura kan eti adaroma tutumirika ne kokoko mlemle akra ha ya ye ben Harvard Senior High School street na ye woso no ye fe no Royal Castle Road obogu Google mo a ebeko 0553 932631 0553 932631 wo fran panyifo ebetumi agye so na fe wo ne omo abon komo Solak Natural Clinic nso ede eno no abusuafo kunlu Ghana for ede araba bazin pills na ba menu ba utie me na no pay menses ni mbaye ode ba bebre asasa pada asasa mesrew kope araba bazin ebetumi aboa na aboa eboa wa ma menses na gina ye na san siesie so oba himfie ho ebetumi aboa sa aboa ma o blood circulation nso atumi akoye panti ko ne kope bi na wonso nonom bi na nso gina so se oba pharmacy shop bia mo araba bazin ewo ho kaso for Mokojukat Pharmacy Pharmatrust Pharmacy ewo kaso ho a Unicom Chemist ewo Malam Junction o assignment ako Ekus Pharmacy and afi pharmacy a wodo bia kulufo ene de abayo East Legon na Champion Junction for 0244139179 0244139179 wo friend penyifo ebetumi agye so ama bibia akonkan Health Alert Clinic some kanche say ne yare bia tete bia bramadina ebetumi aboa typhoid fever cholesterol no bad one no ama sesi a waso ayehye obi ho hot was ne nisu chini no na manisu chini what check umoja so problem bia anyhow ko Health Alert Clinic ebetumi aboa usisi na ye oya dompe mu problem ho ye wo massage ye betumi dia aboa wo na fe ho atumi ato san wo laboratory services wo ho a ye behwe umoja enum na fe niema atumi akonkan e de ama wo na ho ato Medina ye ne post office ne din hwe ne mo ye san wa so ye ni bo ka so a pokuase ashaiman and afi takrade ye na ma ye 0242518893 0242518893 friends si anope na ye ne wo entwetwe enkomo na bibia enkoso emfa emma ma me fa happy birthday when come sister Ruth Dabia oye secretary won Kranza Kwabre Rural Bank na ye ne birthday Ruth Yankopon kan ho we every wunua Naomi ho na afi wabusuafo ni nyina oye secretary won Kranza Kwabre Rural Bank na wa woda se chairman picture no wa me pacho mo fan to screen so ma me am chairman de ma NDC a wono ewo kade ewo Eastern Region chairman Godfred Bonsu wono ni fo nyine ene da hono we oye international chairman Godfred Bonsu ene ya wa woda chairman nyame ma wunyini emenya 97.9 nyankopon so mwa omo sisi mu so nye den kama pa na wo ma sika bebre wo ma hoden chairman Bonsu ene ya birthday nyankopon show afei yenko oman na transia ano no na kaise yebesa akọ presidency ho nti no se mampanyin krado a yebekọ presidency ho na fei yakwa hwe se na edwumade no esi ekọ ma mene yewura agbasi nuchu entwetwe nkomo o leading member of the NDC natade ese so efe pa ora agbasi akwaba
onya esen
nyame adumo esi ayache atale ne gayo
sa
pam bi mame
really
FPA
I will say more they say made in Ghana products
yeah say bia na sheme no
sha be anything
by say to me ye material no ha we free China bebre na ho free China enye fine
the local made
o de na Ghana ha ya de bi ene pure Ghana fie ni fie so we aboko de
na dum da egusu kakra
ya da nyame ase nyame adom ya so ya ba betra ya no pole de na say ye
mo boduma
Yadase. Ghana for so ase. Ghana for ase.
Sure.
Chairman, unim se see again na ekoso a ochena na ya ready ha na ya ko hu gold na ya fa ha na ya ko hu sika just this weekend. National security for ko baby am ko be containers ma Bank of Ghana for boxes sika gum isen kasabre at Bank of Ghana eti obi container mu site and e cement gu hu na kwakwa to say e cement na e di aba sana mo so mo ba be yana
yeah in the CP na me fa fidie kese we so achia His Excellency the President of the Republic of Ghana
ojo so
John Dramani Mahama Actually, I made the vice president, baby, over Biano, your born Payamano, and wish her speedy recovery. Me chair the chief strategist.
Oh, no, so no, why?
Oh, yeah, the chief of staff.
Okay.
It's one of my sorry.
Right.
Very humble, dedicated, committed. As a kid, I know me who's Nipasa is a kid rose from the rank on the party Nimpa. Into party Nipa or Nimbe Shabiano. They communicate as brothers and sisters. Uncle so, me born abaso. Yeah. Just in the recent past, President Ed described the whole nation as a crime scene. Into the Ekosuno, it's just something little. Power FM. Me born national security for Abaso. How can you go and discover a container? I don't know, JBD in a package room. The chino boxes of Bank of Ghana. Content, it will be a new content now.
It's can
Maybe I didn't say Bank of Ghana boxes no need JBD mu yede.
Omoni check bia. Omoni check bia.
This who bought Jackpadian na This are a bunch of criminals. Now me see where they're just an iceberg. So a government in place no, the current government no is determined to pull out the rod at a NAM group. When you just get it because they will actually blow the whistle. What do I say? And this year, no containers, and your form a warehouse, senior warehouse are factories. That's what's going on. Don't be surprised. Name me the pass. Everyone is got to power the fan. Politank, Mewana. No, but this are some of the symptoms.
That science which they say
exactly.
Sabi ebimu di
Bank of Ghana money boxes etu container mu na the JBD akatani. Now when you go to bank on there and it's easy to do. Do you understand me? Yeah, so that's what is happening. People they are talk to dying in your and at the end of the day, effective as our national security is now, we'll surely get rid of them. Almost true. Almost that. Yes.
I didn't know that.
And now, why are the money there better than what? What is a Jacquaba now? Not say Jacquaba, say Papa Moo, and we agree. What is a police about Bushu?
David.
Exactly. That's what is happening now. And we pray that everything goes on well. What do I say? But I mean, the enemy has said, it's starting with Bodin. Names should be mentioned. I agree that in investigation it takes some time. And some people Bodin. What do I say? Because comment over here about investigation, it gives a lead story. What do can I say? You know, yes, much as we are patient to know those who are behind all this kind of fraud and criminal acts, no. At the end of the episode, what do I say? If you are MP before we can know, you see, allergy be our coaching in Sika content be our NDC. Now, say allergy. It's also possible to say there's no allergy. But for security purposes, they say allergy. What do I say? But a moment the kind of pointing fingers towards the NDC. What do I say? So I agree. They are working. Yeah,
because John Dramani Mahama campaign 2024. That is one of the key messages. Ana Wadema Ghana for say corruption among 4 years operation recover all loot. Sure. I don't know recover no. In Kuntabo no one seventy saying.
I think when they are done with investigation, accountability will also follow.
Accountability will follow. Because Ghanaians want to know.
They will surely know. That is why in the couple of days ago, the AG carry Ghanaians along based on Yoma Ekuko Koso. Obesama Bium, a little professor in law. We are not the pepe. Oh, yeah, no, we are going to carry Ghanaians along to brief them exactly what is going on in this country from sector to sector. And they had time. But I mean, one time, I say, Casano and Chasso. You put it into action.
How many checkers?
Whoever is responsible for whatever sector, let's put those criminals into action by sending them to court. What did I say? We should start exposing them. Let me frank and honest with you here. Because when you're in opposition, no, you're born, you might be whom they will. So where I say, So I see no reason why we should be delaying with investigation. I thought we have the facts. Ghanaians are anxious. One person there goes.
Of course, Ghana for any abre.
Yes,
because
investigation were too slow.
Access said the answer too slow because from 7th January, na me say by before say ya best mampany in kwa na ne nkrofo a ombeba various security positions ni na they knew say omo na eba no bebre na kra intelligence it adentina sabre yenya nipa ba ko bi enele no
there be enconisa because the security service must be fed with information e bi na honorable jina kwa ye no or feeding national security say I see then they'll make a follow up and upon that no na arrest also what do I say but they had come somewhere there because they have to feed national security or the security apparatus to enable them act. What do I say?
Investigations no.
Now we are sector minister and now we are agency head. One for information now my bed on at your opponent. In the name of Honorable John Kwabaso. Electricity ECG over how many containers? 1,300 plus gone missing. Meaning 40-footer container there. You know what 40-footer container means? 40 foot now it means yes sir. What I say? But with due diligence by the sector minister in collaboration with the security apparatus, you understand me? We should start acting now. These guys are a bunch of criminals. The little space. But could be the parliament panel 17 km.
That's a parliament call recess until
maybe before that recess. No, or call national security by no heading. Press conference not teaching, no, idea.
No.
Oh, leader no back with you.
Sir,
investment body.
And I said that.
Look, these guys. It's time to shut them up.
It's time to shut which people up?
I'm talking about MP. When I say these guys, I refer to MPPs.
MPP as a whole.
Some of them, anyway. Papa be move. I'm telling you, I know them very well. Wouldn't I say your phone and answer your son? What I say, I know them very well. And you know, let's see something going. Much as I agree, the age is very soon, or the government no. Yeah, let's start moving. Maybe they have a strategic plan that I'm not aware, and I don't need to be aware of their strategic plan. But we Ghanaians want to know exactly what is happening. What did I say?
It's another.
The zeal, the enthusiasm are Ghana for the Maya, and see that under the fourth dispensation of our beloved country, say opposition track bearer, and 57% plus, and see that General Runs at the end of that. It will say the will, the zeal, the enthusiasm. Ghana for the man. In the recent survey by Musa Dankwa, still JM is more popular. Even have gone up than the result he got. What I say? Into no chase Ghana for more GDO. Yenji Ghana for Sikamo. Na nipa ba could me the container by 10, 12. Sikani Skakoko, a woman. Then just think about others. If somebody who had National Signal Bureau, okay, let me fa that amount of money, let me thought 9 by 27 plus 27 at one location. Then imagine sector ministers. We want to know. We are anxious to know, and we must know. This is our beloved country. As a new man, let me come back. Could be so one of the portals, almost a hospital, be best in more exact places. One, no, my cousin, effect.
I know, Payana, Tiana, and some Tony be a yen in more Ridge Hospital. I might or more DVM the friends, the image department to say, baby, just scan this and my picture, friends. Machines are saying that say you're fixing. Now, for company be so no me company ni nim die bia e boss ane man nto mba Rich Hospital staff na e na wo no mo manage saa nneɛma no
na yɛtua
bosome so a na 80% of the revenue no kɔ saa company no na 20 aba Ridge Hospital.
Do we need further investigation on this one?
Yes. As I
don't need an investigation because the evidence is there.
No, I am training acquired investigation.
No, assume it's true. I just say we rush on such a person. Why is that company taking 80%? For what job being done? It beat my imagination. I cannot think far. 80%, not even 10%. What I say? Everybody say TDC. You see a washing curtain over 46,000 Ghana cedis. Washing of curtain. What kind of rot is all this? No money now, and we still maintain some of them at their positions.
But so the Pakone civil servant now in MPP. Now, so
you see, with my knowledge in corporate governance, I'm a Swian. I think when the boards are in place and these guys are still there after fact finding, we are so patient as a party, as a nation. The boards will be put together. When the boards are put together, then full authorization is given to the heads of the various institutions. Then we see what goes on.
Now it's about snatcher.
Well, I think governance is a process. It's a process. Paying for money the money. It's a process. But the point is, when these things are all the full complement of government, I don't expect for the lives of the who can say, scanning images. The staffs of that institution, and it's similar to that of Akufo-Addo banner ambulance maintenance. No, what I say? No, it's just the same thing. Because I see no reason why the staff of Ghana Ambulance Service maintaining our ambulances. Meanwhile, somebody have taken the contract, and we are wasting time. So we got chop banana see when you are and can't be bomb pie. Bianus when him a city did go. Boy, about bomb pie. You understand me? I don't know. We made that noise. Say Akufo-Addo ba Aji contract to maintain ambulances.
Yeah.
And same services will be maintained or serviced by staff of that institution. Then what is going on? In Obama just invite you, and whoever is the head of that company.
That's a chronobot.
Now you can is the head of the Ghana Ambulance Service or Hobium. So still. I don't know.
Mente say you need it. Agbesi Nuchu, leading member of the National Democratic Congress. Other men no ebon koba no pay. Ghana sense the original ho sa ebi o ha na utikwa power. So sometimes na udi bia ye serious, but on a more serious note, say I buy it to me a BB. Na yabon koba ye hwe nimo say the chairman for NDC why was so West Wogon, and so Baba Kayan sa chairman ye Bismarck Abobi Ayite one also ebe Baba Kayan for adventure bra e Facebook Power 979 FM na Faith TV XYZ. Then na who on potemo obi so the bibia kosia na maye hu agbozo eba clinic 7 catch us premature ejaculation should be a thing of the past because we are resetting Ghana, so you to reset your waist. Low sperm count and namu yare akwa boko na fast for baby afi odun so na wutie mesrew agbozo herbal clinic ebetumi aboa oba namu yare ne afi yare ahodo a kekan ka ho bra na yen miamia osisi num emfama oyo ba obema ebetumi aw ye overhauling e de ama ho atọ hwehwe ye kwasema ye ben ohene na himfi ho na afi temanso your community 25 Savannah Johnson ye ne Def Traco Estate any edition anymore. Your number emi no pay me bobo ni nyina de acho 0241 750282 0241 750282 and 0557 402696. Agbesi my yanko containers no containers na yira no ye wura donjina po boy dwuma de na investigations so say na hu no
so far no the course no it's in the right direction effectively.
I didn't try nyanchi obia
some way investigation
say investigation na say nipa ko bo ya say chi obia ya tumi chi obi na ya continue with
no say a chinkophobia a chinkophobia both home and abroad for expatriate count.
And no, they're China for near then.
Yes, yes, sure more. And they will lead to the main corporates. Yet, this ain't being a total tomamo. Until let the minister come out and give the actual facts. Oh, boy, Juma. Yes, that is what we expect from all sectors. What did I say? Ghana is a crime zone described by the president, and it's really true. Until we expect all of them to come out and tell us with facts. What did I say? How handing over ceremony through the transitional team. What did I say? By law. Now we see a container number of so and so and a war. You call there was shortage. FI. You see, your money be what would dream one won't you see? Won't you see? And I don't expect them to come to defend such event. On my Japadie, I'm not done as a scrap. How do you govern the country like this? Baku, sorry, I also got the vice president lady. Eh? Of course, he was. See, such people know. I expect them to be invited by now. By the security apparatus. What do I say? Almost if you're they should be invited by now. Yeah, check.
Then Americano. Until one casa would you to say, yeah, check.
Check the check. Check the check. What do I say? Casano Yard also. It was full of action. Ghanaians are patiently waiting. It's one of the but then tackle Konubonu and San. ECG Dika over 70 billion Ghana cedis. Divide that by 16. If you the car ECG in dollars. What do I say? What we procure Nyoma are ever taking the next 25 years. But within 5 years period, Nyoma expire. In short, with their mammy no. One mammy so baku 40. Say me num within the program. But in the next 15 minutes, we program about the point. Mammy say me num.
It is not the animal sense, you know.
How? And we have people like this govern such an institution. Eh? Me tell the former MD the other day, no kasa bebre. Oh no, because he's calling for sympathy. If I were him, I'll be mute. What do you think? I will just go to the minister and get things explained quietly to the minister. Then the minister will come out and speak to the nation. But who started defending who says, you were the MD. What do you at the end of the month? What do you say? Yes, sir. So you must be responsible for any rot that took place in that institution called ECG.
Yeah, sure.
Day in, day out, new type say back. The problem of ECG is not financial, it's mismanagement.
It will free say you good management ECG able to me offer into my perfra and they won't be running at loss like the way and
but they were not running that much loss as against 2017 to 2024. Go and check the records. So it answers your question. Good management.
Because over the years, Oma Bokasa
me say busumu mienu enya February can say busumu mienu because we took over in January.
Yeah,
busumu mienu a profit of $2.5 million,
and it's shocking.
How is it shocking?
No, it's shocking because over the years
it is not shocking. It is just because we have a government that is responsible. The government have given the CEOs the tax to perform. A woman maybe do actual performance. So if within 2 months, Toy is making $2.5 million as against the previous administration, tells you something.
It also expects like Ujidi said, do you anticipate say ECG so able to turn your year?
No, but that's basically it's not about increasing tariffs. It's about collecting what is due.
Tariffs need you're increasing because
no, but the point that's what I'm making say it's not about collecting that increasing tariffs.
Say I know your IMF conditionalities.
I mean, Papa. See. Obianto need to, and I believe the Ghanaians pay their rates very well. What I say against the other losses.
Yeah.
Now, all these things goes into procurement fraud. What do you expect? Now, for the next 25 years, that what do we do? As against the immediate one now, as it can. What can I say? It is mismanagement financially. ECG stars are capable of working and they are doing very well. I just saw ECG 4. Now you boom lighter. You see them work, they run shift. And I'm told say 24 hours no they are also on standby. If you call their toll-free numbers when you're in difficulties, they respond to you. But who the hell is that person who go and procure things that are not necessary? What was unisika? What can your maba? What's unisika? Get this clear. To clear the fan. But when you sika, I'm a private company to go and clear. Answer me now.
Your friends
whatever, the person must face the law. On me Sunday na mema me many aje.
Because Ghana for bebre na eka me kwa bonten amene amanfo ta di nkomo. Omo say you are John Jina boy adwuma. Omo hu say ade na yira ye tete amanfo. Ade ntina ECG fo ni bi wo ho. Ebibu krasi Jubik ma makran kese sabre ya te no.
Onu na make cancer or kasarodo. By this like one invitation. Onu mo wadi kan say is ready to cooperate. So what are you waiting for? Call him to come and cooperate with you. Call him. Also, a back critical, there are some letters flying all over. Authorization of selling of the container, copy to the various departments, including the former chief of staff. Yes, they should all come and answer.
Chief of staff for 8 years.
And 8 years in here. And 8 years in here. Papa be no tiso no. Papa be no tiso. Ukon work as a clinic. He attend to everybody. At me free office, Jilose at me free office by 11 anajo. And up 11 no. He see to everybody. So when we are able to manage such crisis by punishing people, no, they also be scared to mismanage. But if as usual, they are well.
Are they always say Ebeko as usual, na?
No, it's too early to give that judgment.
But we say speed near.
Speed. I think the speed.
You have speed, that's why I achieve big Maham and that's the speed. No,
so
yeah, because port. So answer na. So kwako you mobile phone keke kwa porter. Nkrata be sign ni baby obe wura. So definitely someone might have given some authorization
for it to be released.
Sure.
Because the thing went into mortgage. How did you allow the thing to go into mortgage?
Demurrage.
Demurrage. How? When you say what can your man ever? Who trained here? Because you have a clearing department.
Yes.
You have procurement department.
Sure.
They work hand in hand.
Yeah.
Bill of lading have been sent to you. So you must work on it. Because I didn't hear anything and will cry. Yes, sir.
Sure.
So why do you have to allow it to go into demurrage?
And only as I'm no.
Why do you have to allow the items to go into demurrage? Because you procure the thing for a purpose. Much as we say a 25 years usage. But now we hear there no. What do I say? So it's likely the cost of demurrage is more than the cost of importation. There are a lot of questions to be answered. A lot of questions to be answered.
And people must answer those
I will
questions.
not sit down as a managing director of a state institution. I may cry at the end of the day, ever call demurrage. No. As the MD or CEO, on daily basis, you must be updated on events from department to department. That is why you are the head. And you take responsibility for the pluses and responsibility for the minuses. What do I say? So, what's his name?
Jubik Mama.
He cannot actually take himself out of all this rubbish. No. He must be held responsible. The first point of contact. Or kasa too much. Me the Emmy and say such a person must be invited by now by the security apparatus.
It means that there is some disappointment some way somehow. Because yenyam friend no.
Somehow.
Support heads na wo no. ECG ye directors be one cases by now no. Kaya so mu penchi bare.
Yeah, you see, I might be a little bit disappointed for now, but I might be wrong.
Okay.
Seriously, I might be wrong. Because maybe I don't know what the security apparatus are doing. Omugusu yenyoma baby. What do I say?
Yeah.
Much as me make my say too slow, no, I might be wrong. They know what they are doing. Was I part of them or was I with them? I'm going to your man. No. They know what they are doing, which I agree perfectly. But Ghanaians want some speed. Some people must be in court by now. What do I say? We must see them being invited here and there. What do I say? Kasanu Yadosun. They should invite them. That's my main concern.
That's your main concern.
Yes, because 1,300 plus container. That's a crime.
Any mobile phone will be at a machine.
That's a crime. I got Chibimu. You bomb my basso.
A police for.
You bomb minister, no any police for the security apparatus. Me bomb your basso. Me say if the energy minister, the way he's acting, and the can also more artists within this short time, oh, Ghana be there. Ghana be there.
And the pain me complain be what I say now.
Yeah.
Me say Argentina, new government aba. This is the national capital. Now airport bypass. I the main entry into the country. I will see from a mpanyifo nyina be brefa airport bypass. Eko Spentes, because East Legon, because Trasaco, because Ogbojo. So airport bypass near an important route. Na street lighting is one ajo.
But I say me to send that minister, a regional minister say or share street light. And onion draw.
And then speed nisa.
Ebi no onion draw.
Baby you John Jamani Mahama crack.
The oil no wayebi. Ebi no onion draw. You can't actually cover the entire region, the entire city at a go.
Yeah, we understand.
Yeah,
but there are some important roads.
Yes.
Baby you John Mahama crack. The next one so crack. Street lights 84.
Airport bypass. What is Ghana airport company itself doing?
So somebody must break them.
Yes. So I mean. The CEO says
now wow it's the previous administration or Mahama by still
I mean Obajuma. Or who say when will his next announcement of dismissal be in?
Oh
and they are not performing.
Until say
they panu or tihono. Not dreaming yet that dismissal so. In the at the end of the month no go find in Katia. He can't perform. You quickly wash as a person away.
Me didn't see as I come we about the boom crying. Say the way now see boy John Jinapo Abaso so say we boy Juma. Now because so what are the other ministers doing? Example, there is one problem with Okroma. Say about 5. Now Kujina Mr. Biggs. Say opeka ko pokuyase and say wom anasa amasaman. Unya car to a point that obe to me jina from 6 p.m. and I do 10 and send when your car.
What are the causes?
Transport minister what you then?
You know,
no, Sabre GPRT for they have maybe a problem, maybe a cast name so. Ayalolo, Eguho Eden, MMT, Eguho Eden. Somebody must start working because say issues no say and tackle ne sa John Jinapo Eco Speed Transport Minister
MMT no it's not meant for the city. Metro Mass.
But be more FFR Okroma.
Debbie is not meant for the city.
But be a Juma Okrum.
Uka ayalolo a nkofo obu na sa buses na your mama to horn buses momo ewon enye bi na what is because plenty people they call Liberia. These are the things they have to investigate.
Why am they call Liberia?
I don't know. We want to know.
Then one ma ho kwan.
I don't know. We must know.
Because cars go
exactly.
I didn't think ayalolo about 6 na o mapo.
No, because ayalolo me who over my enclave. I didn't time Medina East Legon me who they are working
11B
and they be in my share 11B they be me here or the mumbo juma na say e be the mumbo juma
good and I make sure say so who jina circle now per car ko Medina only problem
I'm not too familiar with circle enclaves and I do when you make time baby was they okay what they say but you see about in terms of privatization these are the things the private sector must do GPRT anytime we can't say no more they might have a problem some of them cooperative informers, and just name them. At that time, no cars man call. What are their problems? Is it the road under construction? It can be a factor. In here, so you can't put such buses on such a road. It might be a factor.
It's an alternative near then because as a
alternative minister, the sector minister, the road minister, Honorable Agboja is doing very well. He's going around.
But as a transport minister too.
No, transport is different from road. And I mean, catch and say maybe there might not be the availability of vehicles because of the bad road nature. So the sector minister is doing very well, instructing the contractor to go back to their site and work. If the roads are good, then the cars will be there.
It's the entrance, no
alternative. Yes, it's the minister look around, instructing contractors to go back to sites.
Okay, it's
so we are working.
Oh no, yes. Oyena famudie. Na aka transport minister.
Na transport minister.
Ese o share GPLT for any other transport operators no. Na fei ye toto niema na ehu se so far no. Amanfo a wo mu ye adwuma tua to e ma ye de to ni tua onu minister ne ka no. Ese odwin hu se they should be able to come back on time. No. Enyo na make nipa na wo ma ba be ye adwuma na wo ma bo apeso a wo mu nya ka no. And this conversation is in because of your friend is saying John Jinapo abaso body na wo bo no. Eti e say nkrofo bi so tumi ye adwuma na ye betena ha e ba wo ma baso.
And I make can say transport minister Obada Ben.
John Jinapo Bada Ben.
You say transport.
Mr. John Jinapo
yeah, because Ben. Transport means that Ayalolo buses we have to what? Bring in more. It's two different things. Oh. We have to bring in more because there's the buses that we need to run such a service, and also yes, sir.
Sure.
So you need time to import. It goes through a process.
But if you are why?
Honorable Dodge that what they know, Konubono na wo trio mo apie. He's bringing them out. He's going around with eagle eyes. What do I say? But some environment, using transport maybe new. So if the yellow buses were to be available, they could have assigned them there because the market is available. Yes, sir.
Sure.
Yes, but it may take time to bring in such buses.
No, but there can be a solution.
Like GPRTU, the government cannot control GPRTU. Even the GPRTU cannot be controlled.
Then as a mobile to yellow.
That is another different aspect.
So there could be a negotiation.
There could be. Even the union, they are not even that being controlled. I know what they are talking about. Well, different cycle. I know God watch what the wajai. Assuming cobium. Not the same vehicle. LOD to us. What did they can say? But
unlawful.
No. You can. That's a
private business.
That's his private business. You cannot control him. Also on cobium. And the next time is also San Lodi Pokwasi. I'll be joining. But when you have a government expert in terms of Ayalulu or Lodi or Sek also call Pokwasi, he cannot stop and tell again that mean cobium. Later I'll be Lodi. No.
It's in the assess. No, I say yeah. And in the interim,
I say one. The Omaton.
Oh, I know the security services.
Yes, okay. You want to see them. You want to see them.
But the access says you want by now.
Okay, yard because the yard is close to a place I mean that tough well.
Okay.
Our Denta Enclave Hospital. Okay. Most of the time the buses are out. They are out. And also the mama did be by 2015 or did be by away.
Problem. Ya na kwa ya kono ochina ya be shada ya galamse no ho enema pa nya.
Galamse no dey say na kan hia kakra.
Ma 3 minutes na fati free ho na afi na yempo.
Ebi na me kan say. Kasa no ya adoso. Press conference no ya adoso.
Yeah.
Yen sintim.
Me pa chop mo fa video no nto so.
Wo say ade.
Obi to galamse wo fie o.
Tie. Wo say ade na illegal. Yes sir. Into the security forces they should jump on them. Young going rough way. It is our land. The Chinese came for a purpose. Who see my members of Minya? Who did say Chinese ni? Or be free China? I be do kotoka. No, call for us all.
That be a Ghana ni.
Of course. So let's
share. If you know, no.
Then we always see die.
That you won't see die.
Obviously die.
What am I sounding?
I want any assemblyman, any MP,
what they sound? What they sound? town the number
if you need the bush you see a doofy. Oh, if you know good deal, man, another number 2 comments, my location here, to say to film. That I feel you do bush you say you do feel lock on a board, stamp one a board. If you need the bush you see a doofy. Oh, if you know good deal, man, another number 2 comments, my location here, to say to film. That I feel you do bush you say you do feel lock on a board, stamp one a board.
But the point is say, we are joking with this Galamsey issue.
Okay.
We are joking with it. Let's go the rough way. You can't travel to China and go and pollute even the gutter. You cannot. Hey. You can't go to Singapore.
China go SIM card keke. So what are you
talking about? And we allow the excavators to travel that far without anybody actually tracking it down. Police want to more. Police station here.
Excavator, you see 90 or you amount to me can.
Where be the C9? If we see that, and then even a go see. They be sad there was how much you done. I do my better go done. David, catch me. I want to know. I'm learning.
Sir, a Danny boy, you 2 amana.
Where be the 2 amana? When I did to a diamond. The who come across yes, skyscrapers in your walk. We're going to do. Where can we be? Me baby, me my member Mr. You see, Martin, I see CEO, Mineral Commission, me born abaso. Me whom developmental should mama be a wire offices, you know. The guy have a very good foresight.
Now no me say Kumasi.
No, yeah, or born more than I think. Yeah, or born. I mean, very nice. All over the places. I'm told about 6, 7, 10 of them. I was see across Temali, Dunko Offensu, among others. Oh no, okay. Oh yeah, dear. But the point is that this Galamsey issue, this Galamsey issue, young corner rough,
shoot to kill.
Not a matter of shoot to kill.
Now who
go? They are going to shoot you, isn't it?
Yeah.
So retaliate when they do such an act. But we must fall on them.
All right.
Yes. What is the Air Force doing? Let's use their helicopters. That's case closed. What I say, I agree the minister have described it as a terrorist act. So we should go with them in such a manner.
But I say Agbesi Nuchu, a leading member of the NDC. Me of no probably to pry and yas the NDC for send a musete and we speed no government no money monko speed ministers no so amoko slow no monko speed. Shama Bedra Benya the message about say please JDM your humble nephew late Maxwell Mahama died miserably through illegal mining fights. Still the Galamsey is ongoing no. What also they do the abandon no message ni be a truncate Crespo Fufu mahu message no and Patrick Ingetia also there na banner say Pedro wa Medina Cruz also here live ewo Indianapolis Kumasi Town so Kesben Junction was say ho eno wa wono so ehwe dwumadi messages ni do so chanya kopon ya do me ba betrase ya na mo de abantem na fe yenso yatuma kenkan bi otena Galamsey issue no ye be share that tackle ne pa anya asem keto Dwaboase dwumadi no ye di si ewo ha say nyame boa wo chena no pa ye be san aba betena se na fe ye di dwumadi foforo so sa e de abrɛw Ella Opoku ono ene bo machidom Desmond so wa medase Ralph Jampo no team ni nyina medama se na camera crew Francis ne Elvis medamu nyina se mene NK Obrempon ana ye di dwumadi ye bae mimi di Piesie Okrah boys prefer chief tankers betrana me chief tankers nyama ze me kono waga sa honorable without constituency me constituency medama se nyame bo wo chena ye be san hia Dominus Vobiscom hasta la vista.